Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Cozy Boy Don, and we are in the Cozy Corner. This looks different. I know it's not just me, so we're taking a little bit of a shift in the type of content that we're doing here. Not just basketball. We're going to talk about sports in general in a podcast style form video and just a podcast. I don't know why I keep saying podcast style. It's a podcast. This is a new person that you've probably never seen before. So I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, my name is Kenneth. I'm going to be co-host with you guys today. Or shit, hopefully going for the future.
For sure. That boy Kenny Mack in the building, man.
Turn it up.
Tell the people where they can find you at.
Follow me on the Twitter _Kenny1K. We're going to put it in the description below.
For sure.
And yeah, we're going to get it cracking with you guys.
So before we even get started, you know what the drill is, my boy. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell after you hit the subscribe button. And then after that, comment something down below. Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think. We're gonna be looking at the comments, responding and stuff.
Definitely.
Trying to get y'all active because this is a conversation. This is what this is all about. To have a conversation. You feel me? We're not gonna be on this. We're not gonna be on here yelling, knocking stuff over, walking out of the room and all this other stuff. That might happen if something's ridiculous, but
yeah, it might get wild.
It might get ridiculous.
Especially if that Washington football team keep playing like this.
Hey man, so speaking of that, let's get right into it. NFL Week 3. Week 3, man. So we're gonna go from the game that was the last game going back. So Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles,
NFC East,
41-21, domination
from the beginning.
From jump. Cowboys offense was going, boy. They was toting it, throwing it down the field. Eagles couldn't do too much to stop it, other than on that first drive when they had that fumble recovery for a touchdown. But thought it was going to be a game at that point, but after that, it was just over with. You know what I'm saying? That boy Dak was throwing it around the field. He was running. Tony Pollard, C.D. Lamb, Amari Cooper played hurt. Crazy. So.
And then I didn't know. What is it? Brandon Graham,
yeah, he tore his Achilles.
I didn't know that until the game started. I knew he was hurt. I didn't think it was like that.
Nah,
that's
big against San Francisco. Yep. So, the Cowboys pure domination of the Philadelphia Eagles. Then we got Sunday Night Football, the thriller night. Michael Jackson in San Francisco, and Green Bay. So, Green Bay pulled it out, man. Was it score 31-28?
Yep.
31-28, man. Game-winning field goal, or 30-28. It's 30-28. Game-winning field goal. That boy Aaron Rodgers, man. What Stephen A. say?
The GOAT.
Bad man.
He's a bad man.
Hey.
If it wasn't for the real GOAT, he'd be the GOAT.
For real. The number 12, man. Them 12s, boy.
12s.
So,
that was double check, man.
That was a great game. Devontae Adams that man got busy against that banged up San Francisco secondary. They ain't know what Josh Norman ain't know what to do. None of them. Jaquiski Tartt, nobody.
We knew that going in, though. Who the hell was going to cover Devontae?
That was to be honest, that was probably the key to, like, how the game was going to go.
Yeah.
It was, like, the game was hinging on if San Francisco could get consistent pressure. You feel me? With Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead up front and D Ford up front for the 49ers. I'm expecting from the last two times they played, they got that pressure on that man. He ain't had time to throw, run the ball, nothing. But
you know what I think was part of it? You seen them comments Kyle Shanahan made?
No, what do you say?
Bro, he was basically like, he was saying like, we got to continue our streak of dominance against the Packers. We're the more physical team.
They beat the hell out of them 2 times before.
Right, saying we're the more physical team. We got to continue to show that we're the more physical team and shit. Them boys got 17-0, second quarter.
Hey. If you're going to talk that shit, you better back it up.
You can't give people bulletin board material. That's what they say, right?
You know what Marcus Peters said? You know what I'm saying?
What he say?
You remember when Sean Payton was talking? He was like, yeah, keep talking that shit. Yeah, we're going to be back. So, hey, shout out to Marcus Peters. Get well soon, my boy.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite corners.
Yes, sir. We need him in the league.
For sure.
Personality.
And then we're going to go to the 4 o'clock games. We're going to talk about the marquee game. The game that's supposed to be marquee. The Bucks and the Rams.
34-24.
But it really wasn't 24. It should have been 17. But the Bucks got some garbage time points, but the Rams dominated from jump. Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, top 10 in the league.
Is he really?
You playing like it.
So
no, we're going to talk about that another time, though.
Hey, he might be, but the receiver position deep.
Deep as fuck.
Deep. So Cooper Kupp got off. Matthew Stafford. That defense.
Deshaun
Jackson he get one of those a year at least.
Hey, where was this on the Washington?
He had
Redskins?
a couple.
He did.
He had a couple.
When he was hurt, when we needed it.
Hey, he's a small guy.
He's a small guy. Need to stretch them hamstrings out.
They dominated from jump. The Bucks really couldn't get nothing going. That Rams defense is serious, bro.
Serious.
Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. Hey, shout out my boy Terrell. Shout out Terrell Lewis, my boy.
Put that boy
you know what I'm saying? Playing basketball.
Ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't that him?
No, that wasn't him. That was a DB.
Dang, that was a DB?
I think so.
Damn.
Shout out to my boy Terrell Lewis, man. Shout out to you, but Bama boy.
Hey, then you seen, you know what I think is big about that game? No JPP.
Damn, they didn't have JPP.
Is that going to be important? You know we're going to see that matchup again?
Hey, just remember, this happened with the Bucks last year when they played Kansas City.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too.
Kansas City came in there, bust their ass. Tyreek Hill was doing backflips into the end zone and all type of stuff. And remember what happened in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put too much stock into the Bucks getting blown out like that.
Not at all.
Because everybody's due for one of those every year. So shout out to the Rams for
That's a statement though.
For sure. Statement win. Statement win. So after
Matthew Stafford.
After that game, what you want to go to next? You want to go to the thriller, the overtime thriller with Miami and Vegas?
Shouldn't even have been in overtime.
Hey, Miami played their tails off without their starting quarterback on the road in Vegas against a hot Oakland. Not Oakland. Damn, I'm always saying Oakland.
Yeah, shout out Oakland though.
Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to the Bay.
The original.
The Vegas Raiders 3-0. Derek Carr.
Hell of a season so far.
Derek Carr trying to get that bag, you and me.
But he always start off hot.
That's
true. Stay healthy.
But his best season was, I want to say 2017.
That's what happened after that.
You remember when he broke his ankle against the Colts right before the playoffs?
Yeah,
that was his best season before that. But he's not like he's a bad quarterback.
He's not at all.
He's a
very good quarterback.
What I think he's like, there's tiers when it comes to quarterback. We obviously know the top quarterbacks in the league, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson. Don't want to forget Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, he's underrated.
Often forgot about for some reason.
Russell Wilson, he might be in that three he might be like that third guy or that fourth guy.
Yeah.
In that top five. But then you go to another tier, right? I think he's in that tier below the top tier, right before you get the guys like Kirk Cousins in them. I think he's in the middle between those two. Because he's a good quarterback. He's like underrated because he's played for Vegas and nobody really pays attention to them, even when they were at Oakland, because they weren't winning like that. You know what I'm saying? So
they weren't. Would you put Matthew Stafford in there with Derek Carr? Are they same tier or is Matthew Stafford?
I think he's at the end of that tier before him. Or I mean,
Derek Carr's at the end.
That's a good question because, like, obviously Matthew Stafford I think is better than Derek Carr.
Yeah.
But
he just hasn't. He's been in poverty. Lions is poverty.
He had Megatron though. They ain't had nothing else.
Damn. Then what about Justin Tucker?
Hey, we're gonna get to that in a second. We're gonna get to that in a second. So after that, we had a couple games that were just like pure domination. The Jets.
26-0.
The Broncos. Shout out to the Broncos for going 3-0, but
you play who's on your schedule.
I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid just yet.
Not yet.
Because they didn't play all three of the teams they played are 0-3. Sheesh.
Yeah. All
three of the teams they played 0-3. They played the Giants. Then after that they played the Jaguars, and now they playing the Jets.
Who might go 0-17? Shout out Robert Saleh. I love Robert Saleh.
What about the Jags? You think they're gonna go 0-17?
I'm gonna put a little more respect. I love Saleh. I gotta put more respect on Urban.
For real?
Urban gotta give me one.
They already lost to the Texans though.
Yeah, don't get without what's his name?
No, they had Tyrod. Yeah. So hey, there's nothing too much to say about that game because the Jets are the Jets. They've been the Jets for since 2010, 2011.
Yeah, since Rex Ryan. Maybe they need to bring him back.
He ain't coming back. He on TV enjoying that TV money, man.
TV money.
So after that, we had the surprise upset of the day. The Seahawks losing to the Vikings on the road.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, the score was 30-17, but in all honesty, it wasn't really that close. The Vikings came in without Dalvin Cook. Had their way.
Oh, we gotta give some applause for that.
Without Dalvin Cook. Hold on. You gotta. They came out shooting at them boys.
From the
Justin
get-go.
Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins,
Even Osborne.
KJ Osborne,
And the tight end Conklin.
Jack Conklin.
What?
Hey, the Vikings, even though they 1-2, they could easily be 3-0.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
They lost on a game-winning field goal attempt against Arizona in week 2. It was a chippy, too. A chippy.
In Arizona, right?
Yes.
Mm.
They played, that defense played so good because their defense isn't really like that in the back end. They had a pick 6 in that game. They had a lot of stuff.
The Vikings did?
Yeah, Nick Vigil, pick 6. Open the third quarter. Boom, pick 6. But it is what it is. Yeah, they lost week 1 to the Bengals in overtime. So all 3 of their games, well, the first 2 games could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
So do not sleep in the NFC North on the Vikings because they can definitely win that division.
And they got Pat Pete back there too,
I
huh?
don't know about Pat Pete no
Yeah,
more.
but he got that 7 on. We like that 7.
Hey, I don't know about Pat Pete no more. DK had that boy in hell. Tyler Lockett too.
And DK had a quick.
He had 6 for 107 and a touchdown. Easy. First drive, he got a touchdown.
Yeah, he did. And why
Easy.
they didn't keep going with it? I guess they shut that down, huh? They should, because that first drive was crucial.
They came out like it was gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? The Seahawks was gonna come in and just do their third thistle, but hey, Seahawks better catch up because that division is crazy.
And they in last place right now.
You can't fall behind in the NFC West. You can't at all. So now we're gonna go to the 1 o'clock games. You feel me? The 1 o'clock games. There was a lot of crazy finishes. There was also some terrible performances from a specific team. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But we're gonna start with the fantastic finishes. We'll start with the Ravens and the Lions.
Man, 66 yards.
Off the crossbar and back in. Usually when the ball hit the crossbar, you know it's gonna go out.
Right.
It fell back.
He the GOAT.
I've never seen it happen before.
Hey, that's a golden boot.
The golden leg.
Hey,
Hall to put that gold jacket on him right now. Right now.
On him right now.
So give my boy a round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Justin Tucker, man.
Saving Lamar Jackson. He needed
Hey, but even with that, huh?
What?
Even with that, they still could have won that game before.
Facts.
We're gonna talk about this. This is the thing.
Facts.
Hollywood, what's up, man? You had on the same drive, you had at least 2 opportunities to get a touchdown. You dropped it. I love you, bro, but you gotta catch the ball, bro. Them hit you in your hands too. One of them was tipped, so I'm not gonna count that one. But those 2 on that drive before halftime, you need them. You need those, because if you catch that, you're not in that situation. You feel me? Even going further deeper into that, they shouldn't have never been in that position to kick that 66-yarder because the refs messed that up.
Just about to say, how you feel about that? How did that happen? 3 seconds? 3 seconds after
They let it
play?
go. That's crazy. They let it go.
It's not the first time we've seen something like that, though.
It's not. We're gonna paint the picture for you guys. So the Ravens get the ball with probably 25, 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
They're backed up, right? They got the ball with 25, 30 seconds left. It's probably 17 seconds left or something like that. It's fourth down and like 20.
Yeah, like 19.
4th and 19. Lamar pulls something out of his ass. He scramble around, throw a rope, get a first down. Who do you know who he threw it to? Sammy Watkins. First down, right?
That's how you make your presence.
Around the midfield area.
9 seconds left.
9 seconds. They run into the line and spike it. So no. Yeah, they were initially they were gonna run up there to spike it. That didn't happen because they were running out of time. So 9 seconds left. Clock is on. The play clock is at like 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Usually when it gets to 0, you get like 1 or 1.5 seconds to actually like snap the ball. It was like 3 seconds. And after the clock hit 0, and then they snapped it, they didn't throw a flag. And then to put on top of that, it was intentional grounding. They didn't call that either. Lamar just dropped back and threw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Didn't get out of the pocket. It got past the line of scrimmage, but there was nobody over there.
Yeah, that's that Lamar Jackson call. That's that MVP call right there.
It might be
Lamar getting some respect.
I can see if it was at home, it'd be some home cooking, but it was on the road.
Detroit, yeah, you're right.
Hey, they got robbed, bro.
If you're on the Lions, how do you feel about it? If you're a player on the Lions, how do you feel about it?
I'm feeling like I got robbed. Like they ran my pockets.
You don't think? What about the play before that? Sammy Watkins 4th and 19.
Still. That kick should have never happened.
The kick should never.
They should have been 10-second runoff, game over with Lions win.
Yeah.
So
first one of the season.
But another thing about the Ravens, if you're a Ravens fan, don't get too excited at all.
3 close games.
3 close games that could have went either way. The first game didn't go your way. The second game did. Shout out to Owe. Shout
Shout out to Owe.
Might be the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, he in the
Boy,
run.
making plays. Shout out to Owe. He made that play for y'all. Y'all converted that fourth down. Y'all got that done. The defense carried away that one. This one, I don't know what the hell happened. The Lions, I'll tell you something about the Lions, bro.
They not sweet.
They're 1-2. No, they're 0-3, right?
0-3.
They're 0-3. But every game they play hard, bro. Even though they got blown out kind of by the by the Packers.
Yeah.
That game was close.
It was.
Until like turnovers and stuff like that happened and the Packers got going, but the Lions are not sweet. So if your team's going to Detroit, don't sleep, bro, because they can definitely beat you on any day. Jared Goff been playing pretty well.
Yeah. And their coach has been playing very well,
Dan
too.
Campbell. Shout out to Dan Campbell.
He's a tough guy.
Shout out to Dan Campbell. Thinking about you, Jeff Okuda. Get healthy, boy.
Yeah.
Get healthy. Then after that, the other fantastic finish. The game probably at a 1 o'clock window. The Chiefs and the Chargers. Chargers went in the Arrowhead and got that dub, man. Got that. We worried about the Chiefs?
A little bit.
Are you?
A little bit.
I don't know if I am or not. Because the only reason why they got to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Because they turned it over 4 times and they lost by 1 possession. How does that happen? Is that I guess that's the points to the Chiefs' greatness.
So what I'm thinking is like, it's an old saying. The same thing that make you laugh make you cry. Remember that playoff run when they won the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
They constantly coming from behind.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not gonna keep doing that.
Right.
You can't keep doing that. It's just gonna run out at some point. Do you feel me? It's gonna run out at some point, and you can't just keep going and getting in deficits and just making mistakes early in the game and trying to be Superman and come back.
Which they have been.
They've been doing it, but like I said, it's gonna run out at some point.
Yeah.
Some point it's gonna run out. So, in that division, it's super tough.
Super tough.
Division is probably, if not the best, second best division in the NFL.
What are the Chiefs? 1-2?
Yes.
They just lost.
Last in the division.
And they said they ain't lost a game in September.
No.
Until this year.
They didn't lose a game with Patrick Mahomes in September. Yeah.
Maybe a little weird. I know not somebody that's mad right now. Tyrann Mathieu is not happy. He on one of the worst defenses in the league by the numbers right now. I know he's not happy about that.
I mean, but their defense was never like elite.
It wasn't, but he's supposed to be elite. But I guess it's not all on one.
It's not all on him, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, we're going to talk about him later on. The Chargers got some weapons, boy.
They do.
We was talking about the Chiefs. We need to give our credit to the Chargers because, you know what I'm saying? The Chargers.
They the losers at the end of the day.
The Chargers came in and got that dub, man. Shout out to Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Hold on, no. You can't. Look. That boy Justin Herbert came out there throwing them dots. He was spraying, airing them out. Mike Williams killed him. Keenan Allen, killer. Man, stop playing with the Chargers, man. Killer. Then you go to defense. That Bosa boy.
Animal.
Ain't nothing you could do with that. There's nothing you could do with Joey Bosa at all. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Then you got Jerry Tillery on the other side. Mm-hmm. Then you got Derwin James in the back end, one of the best safeties in the league.
Yep.
You got Kenneth Murray at linebacker, one of the best young linebackers in the league. Yep. Don't sleep on the Chargers, bro.
Undefeated? No, they're not undefeated. 2-1?
Yeah. Mm. They can win that division. They could easily be 3-0.
Could
but
be.
What could be is not. So, after that, you want to talk about your team?
I guess.
So, we got the Washington football team. What was the final score?
It was like 40-something to 20-something. I ain't even write that shit down. I don't want to know what the score was.
Pissed. Man. Essentially, we don't know the score.
I think it was like 40.
43 to 21?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
43-21. But to be honest with you, it should have been like 43-14.
Could have got 60 piece. They had 40 in like the beginning of the fourth. Beginning of the end of the third. Something like that.
I don't know, man. Going into the season, if you don't know, we're from like the DMV area, so that's why he has an allegiance to the Washington football team.
Yes, sir.
I don't. Ever since Sean Taylor
Smart
died,
man.
Ever since Sean Taylor died, I was out. Sean Taylor is my favorite, probably my most favorite football player ever.
R.P. Sean Taylor. We'd probably be a whole different franchise if bro never died.
If he would have never died, you think he was the greatest safety ever over Ed Reed?
Him and Ed Reed, definitely.
For sure.
Neck and neck, at least.
For sure. If you young enough to not know who Sean Taylor is, go look him up, please. Even at Miami.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Even at Miami.
Even at Miami, bro.
They was Weren't they at the same time, weren't they?
No.
They weren't?
Sean Taylor was mid 2000s.
Yeah, you're right.
Ed Reed was like late 90s.
That's his young guy. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But ever since bro died, I was like, damn, I'm out. Because other than that, there was really nothing to root for. They had a lit team. You know what I'm saying? At the same time that the Wizards had a lit team, the football team had a lit team. You feel me? Like
a bunch of madness going on.
We had Clint Porter, Santana Moss, Chris Cooley. Shout out to Chris Cooley. And then with the Wizards, you had Gilbert Arenas, Karan Butler, Antoine Jameson, Deshaun Stevenson, Nick Young, JaVale McGee, Brendan Haywood. Shout out to JaVale McGee.
What is he, a 2-3-time champion?
3. Did he win 2 with the Warriors?
I don't know.
I think he may have won 2 with, I'm going to say 3-time
Well,
gold medalist.
Lakers, right?
Huh?
He won the Lakers?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
The Warriors, the Lakers, the gold medalist.
Gold medalist. Shout out JaVale.
Shout out to JaVale McGee, man.
Nobody ever thought JaVale McGee.
Everybody thought he was a joke, but even when he was making them dumb plays, you could see the talent. You could see the dexterity for a dude that's 7 foot tall, snatching blocks out of the air.
And he's still in the league.
Catching lobs, for sure. Out of Nevada. He went to Nevada.
I didn't know that.
He's from I'm pretty sure he's from LA though. But he went to Nevada.
That's tough.
Yeah, his jersey retired and everything. But that's back on point.
Yeah.
Washington football team. What's up with your defense, my boy?
We supposed to have one of the best defenses in the league.
Where the line at?
Right. Where the pressure at?
Chase. DMV. Where you at, my boy? You feel me? Like, I understand that you had a great rookie year. You probably getting double teamed. I have to go back and look at
That's
it.
part
Look
of the job,
specifically you. But I'm not going to get too far on your head because this is your second year. You're probably not used to being double teamed all the time in the NFL by NFL level like offensive linemen. So
I'm not gonna get on Chase Young like that.
Even without
it's 4 guys on that line.
Even without them, how long is Ioannidis out? Matt
I don't know.
Ioannidis.
He got hurt week 1, huh?
No, he got hurt against the Giants.
He got in the Giants. Beginning, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even outside of him, on the other side, you got Montez Sweat.
And he really showed up.
Deron Payne.
Showed up the first game.
Jonathan Allen's been productive.
Yeah. So I was about to say,
Jonathan Allen's been productive.
That game against the Giants, he was wild.
So that defensive line needs to step it up. Linebackers is cool. Cole Holcomb is cool. He's not no elite linebacker.
And we need to put boy from Kentucky. He need to start.
Jamie Davis.
Yeah, he need to be starting.
You got whatchamacallit out there?
Bostic. That's
no, not John Bostic. I'm talking about St. Juice.
Yeah, he getting cooked up.
Hey,
but that's what happens when you're a rookie. I ain't mad. You're gonna get tested when you're a rookie cornerback.
Hey, I'm defense. I'm looking at you. I don't offense. Offense has always been offense.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you probably never paid attention to the Washington football team / the Redskins, whatever you want to call them, for forever. Every time I can remember, that offense has been
not the best.
At times they've been trash, like just like straight up trash.
Shout out my man RG3 though, good year.
But like even when they have like Jason Campbell. Every time, I swear to you, I promise you I'm not lying. Every time I watch a game, every drive ends in a field goal or a punt. Never no like touchdowns. Like a majority of the time, it's a punt or a field goal. It's crazy. I was like, what the hell? Like, yeah.
And then Taylor Heineke, first road game of his career.
Yeah. You think he'll be the long-term starter for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Some questions will be answered next week against the Falcons.
Okay.
If we don't beat the Falcons
is low key good though. They got some dudes. They got AJ Terrell.
Yeah, on our defense. Oh my God, we're gonna have some guys. We're gonna have some guys to cover on defense.
Hey, Kyle Pitts.
We the type of
Calvin
team.
Ridley. Hey, if you don't know about Calvin Ridley, dog. If you want to talk about a top receiver, dog. Number 1 over there on the Falcons.
And then they got, what's his name, Cordell went off.
Cordell Patterson play every position. He returned kicks. He played running back.
He's a hell of an athlete.
Shout out to Cordell Patterson.
Then we the type of guys that let Kyle Pitts have his best game. He fuck around and go for 100 on us.
I don't know. He gonna have to see Landon Collins.
Landon Collins making a lot of money. I'm glad you brought that name up. He's making a lot of money. He ain't playing like an $80 million man.
He got $80 million?
$80 million. I'm pretty sure when we brought him here, it was for $80 million.
That's tough. That is tough.
That's what I'm saying.
That's tough.
Hey, I ain't gave up hope yet. We only 1-2.
And then after that, we're gonna talk about the second play of the day. from the Cardinals and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Kick 6.
Wow.
The second one that I can remember ever happening in the NFL.
109 yards.
Shout out to the GOAT returner, Devin Hester. Devin Hester. Do you know how
he in the
good
fame
Devin
yet?
Hester? I don't think so, not yet. He's definitely going to go into the Hall of Fame.
Gotta be.
Got to. Bro,
Gotta be.
we used to play a game outside when we was kids called Devin Hester. They throw the ball up and you got to return it. Devin Hester. He was the only other person I remember having a kick 6 against the Giants. Sunday Night Football. Missed the field goal.
Prime time.
Missed the field goal. Act like he was going to take a knee. Took off. Touchdown.
I was thinking that how
There's a bunch of linemen on the field.
I seen that on SportsCenter yesterday. But
There's no like
109
receivers
yards?
and stuff like that. Yeah.
What time and how many seconds?
I don't know. Probably like 10, 15, 20.
Is that Olympic speed?
No,
That's not.
I don't think so.
That's speed though.
It's different. Olympic speed different.
Yeah, you're right. Olympic speed different. I was thinking, you know what I was thinking when watching that kickoff? I'm like, what if that was Usain Bolt back there? Could Usain Bolt do something like that?
I don't know. He's a good straight line runner. I don't know about making moves and trying to find lanes and stuff like that.
Right.
He's
Pads.
6'4",
So
so
pads. That's why I was saying it's that Olympic speed because with that pads on, that gotta.
he's running. But what I'm trying to say is I don't know. I don't think so.
We gotta look at the numbers.
But even with the speed, it's like that's straight line speed. You know what I'm saying? 100 meters is straight line.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like running the field, trying to weave and dodge people is different. Shout out to Jamal Agnew. Special teams. I know this not award. Special teams early player of the year. He had a kickoff return against the Broncos the week before. Another touchdown this week. Get your money, bro. Go get your bread,
points
bro.
Up for the damn Jaguars.
Go get your bread, bro. Go get your bread, bro. And speaking of the Cardinals, what do you think of their performance?
I think Kyler Murray's playing at an MVP level right now. Maybe, well, not even maybe. He definitely is. He got them boys, what, they 3-0?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to keep it up? And
I don't know.
Hopkins had a quiet game. I looked at the numbers. He only had 3 for 26, 3 for 29 or something like that.
Yeah.
So he was chilling.
Yeah.
AJ Green went off, though. Had like 100.
Christian Kirk did, too.
You know he going to go off. He loved Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. He got speed, bro. James Conner had 2 tugs, too.
Imagine them on the same team in college. Kyler Murray and fucking Christian Kirk. Oh, my God.
They could have been. He was at Texas A&M before he went to Oklahoma.
Damn.
So they was on the same
What's his
team.
name?
Rondell Moore?
No. Kyler Murray was on Texas A&M, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
He
on-
folded. I do remember that.
Because who was the quarterback before him? It wasn't Johnny Manziel. It was somebody else.
What's on the Skins now? Kyle Allen?
Yeah, I think it was Kyle Allen.
Probably. A lot of schools.
Hey, Kevin Sumlin, what's up, bro? Why you do that?
Yeah, right.
We're
Nah,
not
where
gonna talk
he's
about
at.
that. I don't know. He's not in Arizona no more.
They said they lost like 20-some games in a row.
Yeah, they suck.
God. Dang.
That's why he's not there no more.
How does that happen? 20-some games in a row. Division 1 to Power 5 school.
Same thing with Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Arizona was a basketball school though.
Yeah.
It was never like.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, week 1. Oh yeah, the other game I want to talk about. There's 2 more games we want to hit on for week 4. Week 3. The Bengals and the Steelers.
Yes.
Steelers, what's up? What we doing?
Big Ben throwing the ball 50-plus times again.
What we doing, bro? Didn't he just have elbow surgery last year?
Right. Like, what are we doing?
You got a first-round pick back there trying to run the ball. But I think it's an offensive line problem, though. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
for real. Like, Ben, at times, running for his life. There's 3 people in the backfield at times. And it's not like they're playing the Browns. We're going to talk about them in a minute once we get out of this game. It's not like they're playing the Browns or the Ravens. They're playing the Bengals, who objectively has probably the worst line out of that division, even though it's not bad.
They improved, too, though.
Yeah.
They got that boy Hendrickson from the Saints. You saw that?
Trey Henderson is a beast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Beast.
He got paid off that.
He should have.
Yeah,
He's a beast, bro.
He should have. The Saints is happy about that. Cam Jordan, like, yeah, I can get my sex back now. God damn. Taking all my shit.
The Bengals came in and just kind of dominated them 24-10.
Joe Burrow.
Steelers couldn't get nothing done on offense. The Bengals look nice, bro.
Joe Burrow had like 150.
Jamar Chase.
3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase.
Hey.
I wrote his stats down. What did he say?
Hey, Jamar Chase
11 catches, 220, and 4 touchdowns.
on the season. 3 games.
3 games.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year. Right now.
Early, right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Tyler Boyd too.
Yeah.
He
Grown man.
Hey, Melvin Ingram wrap up.
And then you seen what he said at the end?
He said they gave up. They quit. They folded.
Since when the Bengals been talking about the Steelers like that?
Shit. Chad Johnson, T.J. Hushmanzada. I'll never forget when they went in there and he wiped the terrible towel on his cleats, clean the cleats. So that was disrespectful as hell.
But love it though. That's that game.
Hey, that's that rivalry. And we going after this. We gonna jump to the worst performance that I've seen this week. We seen this week, right? The Browns and the Bears.
Come on, man. Got my man sacked 8 times,
9
times, 4.5 by one guy.
3 from the other guy.
And they're going to put it all on Justin Fields. Not all of it.
No. So, I got a theory about this. So, people are calling for Matt Nagy to get fired.
A lot
of people.
Man, Michael Wilbon. He mad as shit.
That good Chicago man.
he said he been saying he need to get fired since 2019.
I can't say I don't agree with it, but not because of this situation. Throughout the entire training camp, what did he say?
Right.
Justin Fields is not ready.
Right. He did. He kept it 100. We thought he was hating.
We're gonna make this make sense. If people been saying he should have been fired since 2019, 2 years ago, you think with his job on the line, he gonna not start the best quarterback to try to get him wins?
Job on the line, that's why Andy Dalton was out there, huh?
That's what I'm thinking, bro.
That's
like people been saying, just start the kid. Just start the kid. He wasn't ready.
But
even if he was ready, that O-line, boy, they got tossed and sauced.
Bro, what if he would have got hurt? His first start, getting sacked 9 times.
I don't know.
You seen one of the sacks? Miles Garrett had his ass twisted up and all that.
Yeah, Miles Garrett had like 2 chase down sacks too. Because
Yeah,
Justin Fields tried to get out the pocket, he chased him down. He hawked that boy.
He's an animal. And that boy got some strong hands. Because all he did was hit him on the thigh.
Hey, bro.
Straight chopped him down.
Is he the best athlete? Like the best athlete? Like
One of them.
6'5", 270, moving like that?
He said he beat the shit out of Jake Paul. He said he got other bigger fish to fry, like Justin Fields.
But other than that, like, free Allen Robinson too. Purgatory, penitentiary. Free Allen Robinson. Get him on a competent team. He's been on 2 incompetent teams. He was on the Jaguars. They only had 1 good year. Was he on the team that year?
Mm-hmm.
He's had a little bit of
success.
success.
I believe so. Yeah.
And then now he's with the Bears. The Bears, they made the playoffs twice though with the Bears.
Hell of a defense.
So I don't know why they would say they should fire him if didn't they make the playoffs last year? I'm pretty sure that because they played the Saints, or was that 2019? The slime game, the Nickelodeon game.
Damn, yeah, that was this year. Yeah, slime game, that was them. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They went to the playoffs.
I'm pretty sure they did. They came second in that.
What you expect, the Bears fans? Tell me what were you expecting? Like, were you expecting y'all to be like that, or I don't know? Because I'm not a fan of any specific team. I was a fan of like the Saints because of Reggie Bush, and then it just carried over to Drew Brees and stuff like that. But I let that go. I'm not on a narcotic for a team because I don't owe anything to the team, and I feel like it's just I'm gonna be like.
Right. I got a question though. Are you still a Nuggets fan?
We'll talk about that later. We're going to talk about that later. Shout out to Melo, man.
Shout out to Melo. Did my nigga dirty. But, all right, we're going to talk about that later. We're on football right now.
And the other game, I want to give a special shout out. Nobody really cared about this game. But shout out to the Saints defense. Most underrated defense in the league.
For sure.
They came in New England, gave Mac Jones hell.
You knew they were, though. Rookie God.
It's going to happen. All the rookies going to have it. Every rookie's been having it so far. So, yeah. Saints came in 28-13. Malcolm Jenkins?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
No?
I don't think so. We were just talking about, like, the safeties that are in the Hall of Fame, like Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, he ain't them.
Right. Nah.
He ain't them.
NFL Hall of Fame hard to get in.
He a champion, though.
That's true. 2-time champion, right?
Did
he win with the Eagles?
Yeah, he won with the Eagles. He got one with New Orleans?
Yeah. He was on that original team.
Yeah, that's 2. Dang. Maybe.
I don't know, though. I don't think so. He didn't win no, like, Defensive Player of the Year or no, nothing like that. Shout out to Ohio State, too. We can talk about y'all in a minute. So, back to the Chiefs. Let's talk this division talk. We're just going to do NFL division talk. So, the 2 toughest divisions are the West, the NFC and AFC West.
That West Coast.
They
playing right now.
With the Chiefs being in last place in the AFC West. Do you think they can turn it around and win the division? Well, it's everybody knows it's a possibility, but do you really think that's gonna happen?
Is it really going to happen? Well, first, is Patrick Mahomes going to stop throwing them crazy picks?
I don't know. That's what comes with the territory when you throwing no look passes and
Right.
sidearm passes. That's just gonna come with the territory.
So let's say week 2, they would have won. Clyde fumbled the ball in the field goal range. So they saying why? Everybody saying why would you put the ball in Clyde's hands at the end of the game when you always give it to Mahomes?
They were trying to line up a field goal.
Right. But then, so next week what they do? They put it in Mahomes' hands. Last drive.
Threw the pick.
So I mean, well, it's 2 evils. They gonna have to get that offense right. At least turn the ball over. But I think they're gonna make the playoffs for sure.
I'm not. They can slide in the wild card, but like, do you think they're gonna win the division with them being in last place and how tough that division is? I think they'll climb out of it, but it's a real possibility that they could.
Somebody gonna have to fall off. Who gonna fall off? Broncos. Teddy.
Hey man, y'all got a test next week, so we gonna see what y'all about. I don't think so.
No, they are. Baltimore is in Denver.
Is this Lamar first time playing in Denver in the altitude? They might get that dub if that's the case.
I believe so.
That's the factor to me.
And you know they got a secondary. They got a defense. Denver got a defense.
The only question is the offense. The offense looks good, but injuries. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, they out. KJ Hamler done for the season. Get well soon, my boy.
That's the guy. That's the number 1 from Penn State, ain't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Jerry Jeudy, he's super lucky he didn't dislocate his ankle.
That's a flexible guy.
That yoga or whatever, Pilates, whatever you do, keep doing that, bro.
Keep doing that, my boy. That saved that bone from snapping.
Indeed. He's out for what, 6 weeks? Well, it should be like 4 weeks now, 3 or 4, not 5 or 4 weeks.
Sure, he grateful.
I would.
Yeah.
He got rolled up like I don't know what. The Raiders are in that division too. The Raiders 3-0, but I don't know, bro, because like
don't they already start off like that, like on a roll?
I don't know. They might.
And then I feel like last year I feel like they lost a lot of close games too, right? Them and the Chargers lost a lot.
Yeah, they're always in close games. Like that was going to be my point. Like every game that the Raiders have played, except for week 2, the two out of their 3 games they could have gone either way. They almost lost to the Dolphins without their starting quarterback. And their starting quarterback is not like an elite tier type of player. And they really...
Is that defense elite, though?
The Miami? Mm-hmm. In a way. They force a lot of turnovers, but they're not, like, stopping nobody.
They keep them in the game.
Yeah, they'll force a turnover, but they're not going... They're stingy, but they're not, like...
Hey, except for against Buffalo. I guess I shouldn't feel too bad, huh? Buffalo 45.
Do you want to be compared to Miami, though?
I want to be a playoff team. Miami ain't no playoff team.
At all.
You know, they had a good year last year.
Yeah, or the Chargers. Like, the Chargers, they look good, but they be in close games, too. The first game against Washington, against his team, it could have gone either way.
Yes, sir.
Week 2, it could have went either way. They lost it that time. And this week, it could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't really know what to make of that. You feel me? And going to the other West, what's up with the Seahawks?
Same old.
You think it's like...
You know how they be.
You think it's a defensive problem or defense for sure?
For sure.
But they got some guys over there, though. They got a guy at least at least one level. They got
tier, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got Carlos Dunlap on the line. Yeah. You got Bobby Wagner. Then you got, you know what I'm saying, Jamal Adams on the back end. But
with Quandre Diggs, he's a safety.
Yeah, he's a free.
And they lost, what's his name, to the Jags.
Yeah, Shaquille Griffin. Yeah. So
who the hell playing corner?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's not good when you playing Thielen.
When you playing, you know what I'm saying? And that division is tough, bro. Like, the Rams look like they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's really not good when you're in that division. Every team got to...
The Niners are 1-2, but they're tough as hell, too. But they just got to stay healthy, bro. I don't know what's up with injuries and them. Or, I don't know.
And they said... I was reading this article. We're going to talk about this later.
They cursed?
They kind of... It was like how everybody got hurt last season. They were staying at the same. They were staying at the same hotel, like at the same week.
And athletes are superstitious too. So how does that work?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They said the whole Niners team was feeling weird as shit being in there. Like they said it was an eerie feeling being in that hotel.
Bruh, they're so unlucky. They had one game against the Jets where like 3 people got hurt. Nick Bosa tore his ACL. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt in that game. Running back, like I don't know. And
who they played that day? Everybody got hurt in. What was
the
that?
Jets.
Last year? I mean,
Yeah, this year.
This year, who was
The
it?
Lions.
Lions, maybe.
That was week 1.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert went down.
Yeah, he can't get right. They talking about they sending him death threats. People.
He tore his ACL though.
Huh?
He tore his ACL.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing about getting hurt.
Right.
There ain't nothing you
think
can
he
do.
wanted to get hurt on purpose?
But if you knew how painful it is to break a bone or tear some tissue in your limbs,
Yeah. While doing a full contact sport.
don't talk about that, bro. You ever hyperextended your knee? You ever like had a broken wrist, broken hand?
That's the only thing I ever had, broken wrist. That shit hurt. That was my
Bruh.
first, nigga. What?
I hyperextended my knee before, bro. I couldn't get up. I was playing basketball. I hyperextended my knee. I had to like scrape like myself off the court.
When was this? Was I there?
Nah.
Damn.
This is the day when I don't think you was there. This was 2018.
Yeah, I probably wasn't there then.
So
Damn.
stop talking like you know, like you really like.
Yeah, man. Get these guys some break. Get these guys a break, man.
You gotta realize that this is just because they make millions of dollars don't mean they not regular people, bro. You feel me? So now wrapping up the NFL talk, we got players of the week and teams of the week. We're gonna start with teams of the week. We're gonna have one team from each conference.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the AFC. You want to go first, or
Go ahead, my guy.
for the AFC? I am gonna have to go with the Bengals. The Bengals came in to Steelers territory and dominated. They came through. They played
Foreign territory.
hella defense. They played great defense. They played great offense, and they came out of there with a dub. And they really punked the Steelers, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? They really came in there and punked them for real. So,
Indeed.
so what you got?
For the AFC, I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right.
First win over the Chiefs since what? Phillip?
I feel like they beat them. Didn't they beat them last year?
No, they almost beat them last year.
They've been losing like them to them like hell.
Justin Herbert, that was his first start. They almost beat that man
Mhm.
last year. But
For sure.
yeah, first win against the Chiefs, man. Chargers looking for real. They looking like contenders. A lot of guys on that defense. Justin Herbert looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the league in year 2.
Top 10?
Yeah, definitely top 10. Is he an MVP guy?
He might be.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We might be looking at a future MVP in the making.
All right,
In the
all
same division as Patrick Mahomes.
right. Hey man.
Imagine that matchup.
The evolution of the game. It's only gonna get better. It's not gonna get worse. It's only gonna get better.
Both games.
So-
And then with the NFC.
NFC, I got the Saints, bro. Nobody really paid attention to them after week 1. They missed. Week 2 they lost. They kind of got whooped by the Panthers, but I'm gonna give them a break. You know why? They had like 10 dudes miss the game, and they had 8 coaches miss the game because of the restrictions, health and safety. You feel me? So that one's like in the trash, gone. They came to Foxborough and
I didn't know that was in Foxborough.
yeah,
Sheesh.
28-13.
Okay, Jameis, I like that.
But James, you got away with one. You was getting sacked and you threw it up to not Quez Watkins. I don't remember my name.
Callaway.
Yeah, Marquez or Marquez Callaway. He snagged it. I don't know who was on.
He must be a big guy because he got up there for that.
Yeah, he like 6'3", 6'4",
At least.
something like that. So who you got in the NFC?
NFC, I'm going to go once again with the LA team. Los Angeles Rams. Them boys, whatever they got in that SoFi Stadium water. Hey, them boys playing this week.
Hey,
Rams against the Bucks, the defending Super Bowl champion.
can't do it. Whooped him
Whooped
from the jump.
from the jump. Matthew Stafford, man. I'm happy he's out of poverty on the line.
Is he an MVP candidate too?
Yeah. Early MVP candidate. Early MVP got them weapons over there. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods,
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson,
I mean, you could.
Higbee.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a lot of running backs.
They got Sony Michel though, first round level running back. I don't know how he gonna fare. This gonna be the year to see if he do anything.
Yeah, this is make a break for him.
For sure. Now
Defense, top
they might be the best defense in the league.
5, two top 5 players on that defense.
Plus some other pieces that go around them, boy.
Some great pieces.
Once again, shout out to the boy Terrell. All right. So now we got players of the week. We're gonna have 2 from one from each conference on each side of the ball. So I'm gonna let you go first since I went first on the last one.
So on the offensive side of the ball, I'm gonna go with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Me and this guy got a mixed relationship. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with him. But I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins, man.
Kirk Cousins is a thief, bro.
$100 million. I'm glad we ain't give him 100 though.
He's a thief, bro.
But look, 30 for 38, 3 touchdowns, 323 yards. And guess who they played? Seahawks against the Seahawks. He played a better game than Russell Wilson.
That's true. That's a fact.
At home. And that's another thing. We've been seeing that Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. That's a Big Ten matchup right there.
That old school Big Ten, Wisconsin against Michigan State.
Yes, sir. That's it. So I was happy. I like that matchup. I hope we can see that for a couple more years. But yeah, Kirk Cousins, hell of a game, man.
Yeah. From the NFC, for me on offense, I'm gonna have to go with my guy Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, 12 for 132 touchdown, dominated Sunday night. Even though he only had 1 touchdown, he was
cooking.
He had those DBs not knowing what the hell they was doing. They had no idea what they was doing.
And then you seen that's why they tried to pop him at the end. They knocked that boy out.
How did he get back in the game though?
Yeah, that's what they said. The NFL said they were satisfied with the protocols though. So
he said he was having trouble breathing. He said he wasn't knocked out.
Cause that's what I was thinking. Like,
he said he got hit in the chest. Cause like it didn't look like he got hit in his head hit the ground.
Yeah.
But he got hit in the chest with his shoulder.
Cause imagine when he was laying on the ground, how he was feeling.
Yeah, like if you ever had the wind knocked out of you, you know how that shit feel.
Bro, but they didn't. When I got the wind, they don't. I mean, it's probably a similar feeling, but they really got hit by a 220 man coming in.
Yeah, full speed.
Imagine, bro, he probably felt like he was dying right there.
Yeah, you wheezing you.
Like, and then what if, like, that's how, I don't know if a man's ever died on the football field, but a man.
Sure. This happened before, like in the 70s when niggas used to get clothesline and shit.
Yeah, like, with them dumbass helmets on and shit.
I'm pretty sure it's happened before. If you look it up, I'm pretty sure you'll find something.
Yeah, but it's just, because he was laying there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, when you really look at it, he probably couldn't breathe. I'm like, imagine.
You hit him right in the chest.
Imagine just sitting there trying to get your breath back after you just got popped.
Yeah.
Like, damn, what if that shit don't come back?
Hey.
That's scary, bro. Devontae Adams was a tough guy. Came back the next drive.
He said he was different.
And he
different.
Different.
And offense player of the week from the AFC. I'm going to go with another wide receiver, Mike Williams.
Yeah. I'm going to second you on that one.
Hey, bro. 7 for 132, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion. Hey, Mike Hughes. I seen that first touchdown he had. He came off the break. Had that boy turned around. It was over with.
Jesus.
And he had the game-winning touchdown. So.
Yeah, that's the second one of the season. He had the game-winning touchdown against us.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Williams. If Mike Williams stay healthy, bro.
All pro type of year.
There's so many receivers, bro. That's what I'm like. That's why when you said Cooper Kupp, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's hella receivers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. That's my offensive players of the week. So for defense, I'm gonna go back to you with whoever you got.
Defense, I'm gonna go with the guy Marshawn Lattimore. This is his first game back off injury. First game back off injury. 10 tackles. I didn't watch the film, so I'm hoping them 10 tackles wasn't on him getting cooked up. But they was playing the Patriots, so I doubt he was getting cooked up against the Patriots.
Kendrick Bourne had a nice touchdown.
I did see. Oof, with them feet. I did see.
Kendrick Bourne got swag.
Where are you from? Arizona State? Where are you from?
I don't remember.
I feel like he's from there. But anyway. Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore. 10 tackles and a pick. Shout out to you, Marshawn Lattimore.
So, I'm going to go over to
and he just got paid.
I'm going to go over to the AFC with the most obvious player of the week. Myles Garrett. 4.5 sacks.
$100 million man, too.
4.5 sacks.
Franchise record.
4.5 sacks. 4.5.
Hate it had to be Justin Fields.
That's my nigga. I hate it had to be him.
Hate it had to be him.
Okay. And the other one, I might just go with the same team. Davion Clowney had 3 sacks too.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Davion Clowney had 3 sacks. They had 9 total sacks, and them made up 7.5. So, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with both of them. I don't really care about the NFC. I'm gonna go with 2.
I know he's probably on another 1-year contract, isn't he? Jadeveon Clowney.
I don't know.
Probably is. They don't ever be trying to get that man no money. No.
He be hurt sometimes too, though.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Damn, he's the number 1 pick too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Your best ability
player,
is availability.
Yeah.
So, now to end, we're gonna go talk about some of these rookies.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterbacks. They all struggling. All 3 of them. Trey Lance got another touchdown, but he's not like getting real time. So ain't nothing really to talk about with Trey Lance, because Jimmy G's trying to fight for his job.
Yeah, I would say if he ain't
lead them on that drive, it was looking scary.
Yeah, then the Niners would have been on his ass about that job. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I was like, bruh, this is your chance to solidify that you're like that.
And he did.
He did. It was
30 seconds.
Just gave him a little bit too much time.
Imagine
Kyle
that.
Hughes check. Gave him a little bit too much time.
He's dog.
They got some dogs. Debo over there. Brandon Ayuk over there. George Kittle, probably the best tight end in the league over there.
Yeah.
So
Who's their running back now? Oh, it was a boy from Ohio State.
Trey Sermon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So
He was
rookies.
scoring too.
Rookies. Trevor Lawrence. Stop turning the ball over. That's all I'm going to say. Stop turning the ball over. That flea flicker, that was not the offensive coordinator. You shouldn't have called that at your own 30 or 20 or whatever.
Up 19 to 17. You call it a flea flicker? I mean, I guess it makes sense. You up, but you're up with a rookie.
It was a 2-point game. It's not like they was up by 20.
Right.
If y'all was up 20, y'all could be just out there trying shit. But
Come on, Urban. And whoever the offensive coordinator is, we're not doing that. I wouldn't have did that shit. I ain't got that much credentials as them, as no coach.
Even so, we can blame the coaches, but I'm blaming Trevor Lawrence too for throwing the ball. He could have threw it away, or he could just take a sack. It was third down. You could have took a sack, punted the ball, but then at that point, the game was over. At that point, because it was a pick six.
Yeah.
Stop turning the ball over, bro. I know you got to learn that the windows aren't gonna stay open as longer and things like that, but that's the number one thing. If you want to stay around, you can't be turning the ball over. Zach Wilson, I don't really have too much to say about Zach Wilson because the Jets are the Jets. The Jets are the Jets. And like I said earlier with Justin Fields, it's just like the Bears, their defense is like that, but their offense is like not good
Shout
at all.
out Eddie Jackson.
They got some dudes over there. Akeem Hicks,
Yeah.
Robert Quinn, Khalil Mack,
Hey, I was looking at
Roquan Smith.
I was looking at the film, and I guess somebody was blocking Eddie Jackson out of bounds. He straight hit toss. I'm like, out of bounds, straight flip his ass. I'm like, yeah, Eddie Jackson, that's that frustration right there.
Eddie Jackson is a dog, bro.
Yeah.
I remember, what's that? I don't remember if that was 2 years ago or 2018 when he had like I don't know how many pick sixes he had. He had to stretch.
I think
When he was getting like a pick six like every 2 or 3 games.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
They stopped throwing his way.
Smart
They stopped throwing it to that side where he was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Alabama boys.
they got some talent over there on defense, but their offense is trash. Like
Gotta go
trash.
offensive lineman in the draft next year.
Offensive line is trash. Jason Peters is over there. Affetti. I seen Affetti.
Why is Jason Peters still in the league? I mean, me being an NFC East guy, I respect Jason Peters. I done seen him on the
Is Lane Johnson still in the league too? From the Eagles, the other tackle?
I think he just retired.
I don't know.
I'm
But
not 100% sure about that.
hey, man, that's it. That's all we got for the NFL, man. Now we gonna head over to college football. You feel me?
Good as week 3. Good as week 3.
Yes. Round of applause, man. No real serious injuries that we know of as of right now. So we made it through another week.
I thought Tyler Lockett was down, but I guess he
got back up. He started playing again. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
So now we're gonna move to college football. College football had another. It was supposed to be a week, like not a week where we was getting a lot of good games, but we had some upsets. Man. Clemson loses to NC State on the road.
And they
Georgia
was jumping
Tech.
in there.
Georgia Tech killed North Carolina
And North Carolina was a top 10 team in the
to start the season. Yeah.
Why? When has North Carolina ever been that good?
Wisconsin got their shit pushed in.
Yeah, they did. That was a good game, though.
Into the fourth quarter. It was a good game to the fourth quarter. So really the main talking point we're gonna talk about with college football this week, Clemson. What's up with Clemson? What are we doing? They got 2 losses in the month of September, and this is the first time probably since 2013, 2011, 2012.
Back then.
Like with CJ Spiller and them was there.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been losing like that for like the past 7 years.
Dabo.
Is it a Dabo problem or is it just like
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I know they can't run the ball to save their life, bro. They can't run the ball to save their life.
Yeah.
They
It
can't.
can be the defense because they only gave up 7 against Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So it can't be the defense.
And the thing is with defense, if your offense, it applies to NFL too. If your favorite team has a nice defense like the Bears, this is a perfect example. The Bears, their defense is nice, bro, but they're always on the field. And if you keep giving offenses opportunities to score, then they're gonna score a lot of points because they're tired. They've all been on the field all game.
The Browns only had, 17?
They had They had 26. It was 26.
But going into the fourth, they only had like
the first quarter, it was like 3-3.
yeah. They was the Browns. The
They
Bears
had
is in
2
the game.
4th down stops to begin the game.
I think I seen that. That's bad.
Yeah.
The Bears is in the game. Just couldn't get no points.
So I think the same thing kind of applies for Clemson in a way, because like there's much to be said about DJ Uiagalelei.
Still to be told.
And like what's he gonna do going forward? Like, is he gonna improve? But there's other problems to the offensive line. They're not doing too hot. They're not able to run the ball. They only have a few running backs. Their only experienced running back is in the transfer portal. Lynn J. Dixon, he's in the transfer portal. They lost Travis Etienne. The only person they really relying on is Will Shipley, and he just got hurt. So I don't know what they're looking like. The receivers, they have like top talent receivers, but all of their receivers are the same. Like, they're all like 6'3", Justin Ross, Joseph Ngata. All of those dudes are like 6'3", 190, 200. They're all the same type of receiver. Like, they don't have that Hunter Renfrow. They don't have that Ray McLeod type of dude.
Who would have ever thought he'd have really been that in the league, though?
Hunter Renfrow?
Yeah. Like, he playing.
He's one of those. He's just technical, real technical dude.
Cole Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of guys.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley's a dog.
Yes, sir. But like, going forward, what do you think are they going to lose? Are they going to keep losing, or they going to turn it up and get on track?
Nah, I don't think that's the last game they're going to lose of the season, and they might not even make the ACC championship game. We got to look at that division.
Might not. But the ACC, another thing, the ACC in a down year, bro. They have no undefeated teams. Their only undefeated team.
No, Boston College.
Oh yes, they have Boston College and Wake Forest.
Yeah, Wake Forest. Yeah.
Wake Forest, they put the beats on Virginia.
They did.
They don't have like a top tier team. Like, outside of they had 2 top 10 teams going into the season. They had UNC and Clemson. Both of them got 2 losses. Both of them.
The polls is dead wrong for putting UNC up that high. I guess because
it's Sam Howell
and their coach from Texas. What's his name?
Mac Brown.
Yeah.
Sam Howell was a projected like top pick.
Yeah.
But they lost that running game. They lost De'Ami Brown. So yeah,
this
man.
nigga was driving hella shit.
Hey. Rookie.
But Clemson, I don't know. Now it's finding out is DJ the guy.
Yeah, we're gonna see what they're made of. Like, going forward, what you got, Justin Ross? I know you just coming back from that injury. They thought you was never gonna play football again. So
I remember he got hurt in the playoffs championship game.
I don't remember what it was, but his neck got messed up.
Not the neck.
Yeah.
Damn.
He missed all the last season. So
Damn.
yeah, lucky to be playing. So he's the only playmaker like they been making plays. Him and Will Shipley like down the field. Joseph and Gotti, you need to step up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
They got Boston College next week.
Yeah, Boston College. They got him at home at least, but that might be.
That I mean, it's not Clemson, but it's still Clemson.
Are they Clemsoning again? You remember that was a thing? Clemsoning. That was crazy. But jump on the UNC a little bit. Sam Howell, where you at? Shout out to Jess Sands, quarterback for Georgia Tech. I was about to say Virginia Tech. For Georgia
Is he
Tech.
still the quarterback? I was wondering that.
Mm-hmm.
My man looked like RG3, number 10. I was watching him last year's rookie year. I was like, yeah, this guy looks like a little like RG3.
Yeah.
So he was the quarterback.
Yes.
And he won. Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Go ahead.
That's what's up, man. I didn't know he was the quarterback. I thought they benched him.
Nah, I think they did bench him, but he came back for some. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
good.
what happened. I don't keep up with Georgia Tech. I wasn't really keeping up with Georgia Tech because they was running wing T. They was running wing T when they had Calvin Johnson and Demarius Thomas.
I think them boys still got. No, they don't got. They got Adidas now.
Yeah. They was wearing Russell.
Yeah. 2 years ago they had Russell jerseys. Like that's not.
And they was running option offense.
Yeah, and that's
like
why they had them Russell jerseys.
They had a Russell offense.
Right.
But another thing we're gonna talk about, Florida State. What's up with y'all? Y'all 0-4. Florida State has been a premier school for college football since before I was born. Before we was born. You talk about like Deion Sanders, Warwick Dunn, Peter Warwick. Peter Warwick was a dog. And then even all the way up to 2015 when they had Jameis Winston. Ever since they lost that game in the playoff to Oregon, they've been
the same.
They've been terrible, bro.
Damn.
They've been terrible. We don't know what it is. Is it coaching? Is it recruiting? Is it like we don't know what it is, but
It's a culture thing for sure.
is it yeah?
Because like you said, they getting them recruits.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be getting them quarterbacks.
They got one of the top recruits coming in next year, Travis Hunter. He's not a quarterback. He's an athlete.
Hey, and I think they getting this one guy too. That he played with my brother in Colorado, Nico, like Morial or something like that. Yeah, quarterback.
I don't know.
They just showed the highlight of him like last week. He brought them boys back from like down 17.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't know that was him though.
Yeah, in like 3 minutes I think. He
Yeah. Okay. But Travis Hunter, Travis Hunter is the number one player. I think he's the number one player in 2022.
That's what's up.
So they got like a top. Yeah, they got he's either a corner or a wide receiver. Dog at both for Florida.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, they gonna have to play him at wide receiver because they know. I'm sure
they might have to play him at corner because
they both. But I'm sure they don't need corner. They got some corner.
Yeah, they've always had talent though. That's the thing. They've always had talent. When you go back to like, they had Derwin James, Jalen Ramsey.
I know them boys are sick right now. This is not
what they came to do.
It's not Florida State football, man.
It is not Florida State football at all. So they need to step it up. And speaking of turmoil, we got Ohio State. They won their game. They beat Akron 59-7. But that is not
with
the
no
story.
CJ.
No CJ Stroud either.
I don't even know who was playing quarterback.
It was Chase McCord, I want to say that's his name. Freshman.
Shout out to that guy.
So for something like that, right? There was a crazy story. Kayvon Pope, linebacker, senior linebacker from Ohio State, from the great state of Virginia, quit the team mid-game. He quit mid-game. I've never seen nothing like that.
Against Akron.
The only other time we've heard of something like that was with Vontae Davis, another guy from here. That's crazy. Vontae Davis kind of quit at halftime, but there's a bigger story to that. But Kayvon Pope, linebacker. I'm going to read this article from Letterman Row, Ohio State. Kayvon Pope was headed for an early exit at Ohio State. Then the Buckeyes appeared to force him to take it. After trying to run out on the field in a substitution package in the second quarter Saturday night against Akron, the senior linebacker was waved off by teammate Terhada Mitchell. Once getting back to the sideline, a visibly upset Pope started walking down the sideline by himself and was headed back to the locker room on his own. Eventually, he was corralled by a Buckeye staffer, C.J. Barnett, in the south end zone, and Pope was guided back to the sideline. Once there, though, Pope took off his gloves and began to throw them in the stands and began removing his Ohio State jersey, which apparently caught the attention of Ryan Day. After another conversation with multiple staffers, Pope was led to the locker room while the game was ongoing. Now, that's crazy in itself, right? But
he walked to the locker room in the middle of the game.
That's crazy.
And through the gloves, what he gave the pants some paraphernalia, not paraphernalia, whatever it's called.
Some memorabilia?
Some memorabilia.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But going forward with this article, right? This is not talking about the incident itself, but the Buckeyes already lost one veteran linebacker to the transfer portal this week, with Dallas Gant electing to lead the program. And there have already been several not-so-subtle hints on social media dating back to spring practice that Pope wasn't happy with his role and could also depart Ohio State at some point. But certainly it was a situation that was expected to play out in the middle of a game. Pope played 33 games during his Ohio State career, flashing off the bench with a couple interceptions 2 years ago and showing promise as an athletic blitzing threat at the linebacker position. He's never carved out a role, like a regular role with his position unit, as he just had 19 tackles coming into this game. So, is Ohio State in trouble too? Like, with the way that this season is going, they've had guys enter the transfer portal. They just had a linebacker quit in the middle of the game. The defense got torched in their only, like, real deal game this year. So,
yeah, their playoffs is done with too.
They are?
Yeah.
Even if they went out?
Went out and won the Big Ten championship.
That's what I mean, yeah. Would they be, if Iowa stays undefeated? We're going to talk about that in a second.
I think it's up to Penn State.
Penn State?
And that's it.
Michigan State still undefeated, yeah.
We're not going to stay undefeated. I hope so. Hey, shit. We go to play, it's going to be lit. And Michigan undefeated, ain't
Michigan is, yes.
Michigan, Penn State, and somebody else.
And Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah.
That's all on the same side of the bracket.
For sure. And what do you think? Would you do that in the middle of the game? If you, like, pissed off, like, you've been frustrated for a while?
Not at the Ohio State University.
Are you sure?
I ain't going to knock them. I don't know. But look, this is what I will say. Something going on with their linebacker coach or their defensive coordinator or something. Because it's the second linebacker that wanted to transfer. Who is starting over
this week?
Guys? This week?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's starting over these guys?
I have no idea.
There might be some young guys, and that's probably why the old guys not.
Probably.
Yeah. And they probably better. I mean, shit.
If they starting.
Yeah, I'm not. But I'm not walking on. If I go to the Ohio State University, they said that he could continue his scholarship and stuff though. So
That's nice of them.
yeah, that's very nice of them. But
That's great. That's gracious.
yeah, so
Because you remember this was 2018. You remember the national championship with the dude from Alabama that punched the dude on the field and then he yelled at Nick Saban?
I do remember that. Yeah.
That's kind of like the same kind of thing.
Yeah, and then they said, yeah, you can't. Then whatever he did, Ryan Day was not supposed to see it. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
But even if you mad, I mean, I can't judge him off of one thing that I don't know him. So
We don't know the situation.
I'm not going to judge him, but you, like, I wouldn't do nothing.
Against Akron.
I wouldn't do nothing like that, but at the same time, I'm not going to jump down his throat. It's just crazy that actually happened at a premier program like that. You probably never see that happen at a place like Alabama, because that was the only time that happened, and he really didn't, like, quit in the middle of the game. He just yelled at the coach, and they sat him down. That's a normal thing, but you don't just, like, walk out.
No, yeah, you don't walk out in the middle of the
What was
game.
that locker room like? Because I'm pretty sure nobody knew on the field until after the game.
On the Ohio State locker room?
Yeah.
Shit.
What do you think Ryan Day had to say?
I feel like this guy, he probably not that big of a part of the team.
But still, like,
Yeah, you got.
he's a senior.
Yeah, he's a senior. You got to address it.
He been there.
And you use him as an example. It look like, hey, you don't want to be like him.
Yeah, if you don't want to be here,
Yeah,
like,
you don't wanna
that's
be
probably
here.
one of those, a coach be like, yeah, if you don't want to be here, you can leave.
Right. Yeah, you know how that's how they be. We have 59. We playing Akron.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not.
Akron's probably one of the worst teams in, like, I don't think they won a game like in 2 years.
That's bad. And I mean, I guess you can't. You damn sure don't want to do that shit against Oregon. So I guess you can't do it against Oregon, but we're gonna do this against Akron.
So I'd rather quit at practice.
Right.
Quit at practice.
But yeah, he's a very lucky man. At least he's still a boy. I know his mom would have smacked the shit out of him. He'd have lost that scholarship. He's out here tripping.
So it's safe to say he's in the transfer portal. And one more team that's been disappointing this year. That was supposed to be a top tier team, USC. They got blown out again. They got blown out by Stanford at home. They lost at home, blown out again by 28 points to the gracious University of Oregon State.
Hey, shout out my man Chad Johnson. No,
Chad Johnson.
Oregon
man.
State alum.
Shout out Chad Johnson. They lost again, bro. They don't have a coach. Their quarterback's play has been nasty.
3 picks last week.
Keaton Slovis, bro. I thought you was that dude. Drake London, you got Drake London out there. Should be throwing that ball up to him, but I don't know what you got going on with that, bro. So we don't have too much going on with, like, this past week, but next week, this upcoming week, this Saturday,
Oh,
crazy.
I do want to say one thing though. Where are they going? I think this is a series between Wisconsin and Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's the Shamrock Series.
So they're gonna play again next year.
I don't know if it's next year. I think it may be
Soon.
every, like, few games, every
Yeah.
few years or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, we gotta keep that up. NCAA.
Bro, no. Look, this is what I've been thinking, right? I know it's five power conferences, but the Big 12 is, like, disintegrating.
Right.
Do what college basketball does. They have an ACC Big 10 challenge, an SEC Big 12 or Pac 12. Do that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
In the NFL stadiums, I love that. At Soldier Field.
It don't even have to be in NFL stadiums because, like, say for instance, right, one year you got Ohio State play Texas. Then you got Oklahoma play. Who should Oklahoma play? Oklahoma play Oregon, something like that, or Alabama go up and play a Penn State or something like that.
Right.
LSU go play Michigan. Like, it'll be so lit, bro. Like, y'all need to take notes, man.
Yeah,
Take some notes.
That was a good production in Wisconsin versus Notre Dame. Great
Yes.
production.
Yes, it was. So week 5 in college football is supposed to be stacked slate of games. We got some upset alerts. You feel me? We got some top 10 matchups, and we're gonna jump right into it, bro. Like, what's the game? What are 2 games that you think gonna be the best games week 5?
We know it's Cincinnati and Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Then who else?
We got Arkansas, Georgia,
Oof.
Ole Miss, Alabama,
Oof.
Oregon, and Stanford might be Oregon.
Yeah, that's gonna be an
Rutgers,
interesting game.
Rutgers, and Ohio State.
Ooh, I forgot about the hometown game.
Iowa and Maryland.
But it's not gonna be. I'm just more excited about it because they're 2 undefeated teams. But shit, Ole Miss, Alabama undefeated, and Arkansas and Georgia. Damn, hey, this is a good ass week.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a good ass week. I want to see what Arkansas. I want to see if Arkansas is the real deal.
That offense looks elite, bro.
It does.
They can run that pill. They can throw the ball. Their quarterback is a monster. Like, he's built like a monster.
Bro.
He's like 6'4", 250.
Damn. 250.
Yes. 250. They got a quick little running back. He physical too. They got a physical receiver. Supposed to be like a top pick next year.
Okay.
So, Georgia got dogs.
They got that defense.
JT Dames over there slinging that thing. You got George Pickens. I don't know if Eric Gilbert playing tight end. They can run the ball. They got Zeus over there toting that rock. They got a lot of guys over there. They got a top defense. They might have the best defense in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, for sure.
They play at 12. It's not even a 3:30 SEC on CBS game. It's 12 o'clock. ESPN.
Jesus. So, yes, that's what we're watching first.
For sure.
Yeah, so
Then after that, we got Notre Dame and Cincinnati. That's at 2:30. Who you lean? No, wait. First, who you got winning in Arkansas and Georgia?
Where is this? Arkansas?
Let me look. I think it's in Arkansas. I want to say it's in Arkansas, but I do not know for a fact.
They just played Texas A&M, Arkansas too. Right?
No, they played at Dallas. They played at Dallas Stadium.
Dallas Stadium had a good weekend this week.
Yeah. Monday night. It is in Georgia.
Georgia, oh yeah. Well,
ESPN is giving Georgia a 90% chance to win this game.
Yeah. Sorry, Arkansas. It's in Georgia. Yeah.
It'd be. I don't know.
Beat down.
I feel like it'd be different if it was a night game.
Yeah.
That vibe of a night game might be crazier than a day game.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in Georgia. That black. They don't even wear that black no more, bro.
Bro, to be honest with you, I'm picking Arkansas.
Think so?
I believe in that running because they can run the ball. You feel me?
Against that Georgia defense?
I forgot about that. That defensive line is crazy. That front seven crazy. I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm gonna rock with
Then
Arkansas.
you seen what who was it that said that? I think it was Lane Kiffin. You seen what he said about Georgia defense?
What do you say?
I don't know if it was Lane Kiffin. I think it was though. He was just like, yeah, they got all 5 stars out there. What you expect? No, it wasn't him. It was some coach though. It was whoever Georgia played
Last week?
maybe not last week, week before last week. He's
UAB. No, they played South. No, they played UAB.
It was somebody, coach or somebody. He was like, yeah, I mean, what the reporter asked him, what do you think about Georgia defense? I mean, he's like, obviously, I mean,
They got all 5 stars.
yeah, I mean,
sure.
what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Arkansas. Then from there,
I like that. That's a bold pick.
hey man,
That's a bold.
I-
You must
I
have
have-
liked what you seen.
I have a feeling from Arkansas that they gonna come out and produce.
They win that game. They a top 10 team.
Even if they lose the game, they still got a chance at the SEC West because SEC West not looking too strong. Auburn don't look like they that. LSU don't look like they that. It's just
Yeah,
Alabama.
But is Georgia in the
East.
West? Oh, all right, let's say.
East is Georgia, Florida,
So who's in there with Arkansas, LSU?
LSU, Alabama, Auburn.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to beat Alabama then.
I don't know if they can, but hey.
You gonna see?
Then after that, we got Notre Dame in Cincinnati. Cincinnati has a chance to prove that they belong in the playoffs because being in a non-power 5 school, you know what I'm saying, they don't get the opportunities they usually get to play against top-tier teams.
Right.
So what do you think is going to happen in that game? That's at 2:30.
So we gotta figure out what the health status is of was it Cone?
Jack Cone?
Yeah, we gotta figure out what's up with him in Notre Dame. See if he's playing.
Mhm.
That Notre Dame defense, I like that defense.
Cincinnati got a defense too.
Cincinnati got a defense and they got a quarterback that's motivated.
Yeah.
But
Desmond Ridder.
yeah, Notre Dame quarterback was motivated too because he was coming from
He's
Wisconsin.
old school, yeah.
Yeah, so
It sucks that he got hurt though.
yeah, it does. I want to see him finish
Yeah.
that game.
Um,
So it really just depends on if Notre Dame's
it's
quarterback.
at Notre Dame too, Jay.
And it's at Notre Dame. Glad that's not at night. That was a nighttime game. My God.
Prime time.
Shoot. But I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Okay.
I like Cincinnati.
You like Cincinnati?
Since that game, that bowl game, who was it?
Did you
LSU?
play Georgia?
Georgia, yeah.
They lost that game though.
Yeah, but they competed.
Mhm.
They competed hard. That was a good game. One of the best bowl games.
Yeah.
So
For sure. Desmond Ridder showed out. They low-key might be tight in YouTube. Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Travis
saying? I'm pretty sure one of the I don't remember her name right now. I'm not gonna say
Cincinnati
it.
put them people out though.
Yeah, Cincinnati got some guys.
Yeah, they put them guys out.
So I'm going with Notre.
But it's in Notre Dame.
I want to go with Notre Dame, but they can't run the ball,
Mm-mm.
so they're gonna have to throw it. You feel me?
Yeah.
They could. Well, I don't
That
know.
Wisconsin defense was
Wisconsin's defense is nice. It's just that Graham Mertz been. I don't know.
You know,
It
it
was
was first
hyping him
touchdown
up.
of the season last week. What the fuck?
Nah, it was the second. He
Second.
threw one touchdown in in 3 games.
Yeah, that's not acceptable. Then I know
He was the freshman sensation last year.
He was. I remember that.
So
I guess the coach had no choice but to
start him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I like their defense more than Cincinnati's.
Yeah, I like their defense.
They got some. They got. What's bro name? The safety. What is his name? What is bro name?
9. No, that was last year.
No. This year, 14.
14.
He like
Light
60.
skinned dude.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen him. He was balling their first game.
I want to say his name is like Justin something.
I don't know.
Justin Reed or something like that.
I know you're talking about though.
Yes, he's a nice. They got a decent linebacker core, and I think they got some decent receivers. They got a nice ass tight end too.
Yeah.
He was killing Florida State.
He was balling. He was balling in every game too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, even though I don't really like Notre Dame like that. I'm gonna go with. I don't like Brian Kelly.
Why?
He just get that vibe to me like he's like a sucker. I don't know him personally, but I just get that vibe when I see him.
Hey,
you know
bro,
what
we've
I'm
been
saying?
watching college football for a long time. Cause he's been there for a while. And
He has the most wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it don't feel like it's been that long.
I feel like he's been there since like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Like didn't he coach the team that went to the national championship with Manti Te'o? Yeah, he's been there for a long time, almost 10 years.
Time is fun. Man.
And then
I remember he first got the job.
yeah, he was at Cincinnati.
Damn, so that's why he playing, huh?
I guess. Was he at Cincinnati? Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up to make sure. Let me see.
That's gonna be a good game.
Then after that, we got some upset alert. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Alabama and Ole Miss.
Shootout.
You think it's gonna be a shootout? I feel like Alabama gonna go try to control the tempo by running the ball.
They do got running backs. That boy, what is it, Robinson?
Brian Robinson, yeah.
He's an animal. All they running backs are animals.
All their players are animals.
They literally.
Every position, offensive line, defensive line,
Quarterback.
trenches, everything.
Bryce Young, what is he, a true freshman?
Nah,
So he did last year?
Nah, I think he might be a true sophomore.
True sophomore. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that makes even more sense now. So
I feel
he was
like
sitting for a year.
Yeah, behind Mac Jones.
Yeah, so then he came out this mother.
Yes, he coached Cincinnati from 2006 to 2009.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yo, Bryce Young. Man, I hope the Redskins or the Washington football team is bad when he comes out.
Next year? Not next year. 2023.
Yeah. Or I guess it's gonna be him or DJ if DJ get his stuff together. But I don't know.
What about I'm thinking of another quarterback. The quarterback in this game might be the top pick. The way these quarterbacks been playing, Matt Corral.
Yeah, on this guy.
Matt Corral got 14 touchdowns on the year. He had 7 touchdowns last week.
Oh my God, what did they play?
I don't remember. I don't
I
remember.
think it was a bad score though.
Yeah, he had 7. He had three throwing touchdowns and ran for 4.
Ran for 4?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, Ole Miss has a chance to beat Alabama. I remember when they beat Alabama before, but it wasn't on the road. It was at home, and they had another game when Jalen Hurts was at Alabama where they were up like 24-7 and they blew the lead and Alabama blew them out. So
I do remember that.
yeah,
That's bad.
that was on the road too because Jalen Hurts threw a pick 6 and then yeah.
I do remember that. They was up 24-7. That was like the first half.
Yes.
First quarter. So.
Indeed.
Damn.
And Matt Corral, man, charge 7 touchdowns. Okay, 7 tugs for Matt Corral in the week before. So who you picking in this game?
It's in Alabama.
Yes.
God, rock Alabama.
You going Alabama?
I want Ole Miss to win
This is
that
the
game.
3:30 CBS game.
Prime time.
Yep.
I want Ole Miss to win that game because I like them. I like Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
They're very impressive team.
Lane Kiffin,
Lane Kiffin, swaggy guy.
the disciple
That's why they
of
off
Nick
it.
Saban.
Yeah, the disciple. Shit.
But nobody's ever beat Nick Saban. The closest person that was Kirby Smart at Georgia. And they just can't. Every time they play Alabama, they can't beat him.
And brother, Coach Cam.
Mm-hmm.
But this nigga here at UCF now.
Yeah. Malzahn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm going Alabama. They showed me that they had a close game against Florida. That's why I'm thinking it's gonna be a closer game than people expect. But I feel like Alabama's gonna try to control the tempo, and they're gonna be able to get a couple stops, and that's gonna be able to open up the game. So I'm going with Alabama. I'm gonna go. Yeah, they're gonna continue their role.
Yep.
So
Number 1 team in the country.
for a reason, it's not really that close.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think Georgia's really messing with them. But we'll see if they
out.
play. If they play in the SEC championship, Georgia got to do their part. They got to beat Florida, and do their
If
part
they
in the
stay
SEC
close,
East.
if they stay close, they can still make the playoffs.
I feel like they can, yeah, for sure.
Unlike Florida.
But I don't know. The more and more they go on, the more and more that Clemson loss doesn't mean anything. Because if they keep losing, you know.
So they're going to have to, they got to win out.
So now we got the real.
We forgot. What were you about to say?
I was going to say the real upset alert.
All right, my bad.
The real upset alerts. There's 3 of them. Possibility 3. I'm going to start with the one that I wouldn't really count. Clemson is playing at Boston College. I mean, no. Boston College is going to Death Valley to play Clemson at 7:30 night game. Is this the game where Clemson turns it around? Playing against an undefeated team that just came off of a big SEC opponent?
I don't think so.
No?
For that exact reason you just said. I know that Boston College, they lit right now. 4-0. They said it's their first 4-0 start in a while.
This is like Matt Ryan.
Damn. So, yeah, they are lit right now. Then they're going to Clemson. Clemson coming off an L. I know they practice is bad.
Dabo Sweeney is in their ass.
Yeah, that film study is bad.
Bad as I don't know what.
I'm going with Boston College.
Boston College?
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go with Clemson. They just had too much talent, bro. They had too much talent to be 2-3.
They're 2-3.
No. If they lose, they'll be 2-3. Yeah. They have too much talent to be an under 500 team.
Right.
That would be bad.
Nah, he ain't gonna get fired, but
hell no. He'll have to lose the rest of their games for them to even talk about him getting fired. He brought the national championship. Real upset alert number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon at Stanford, 3:30 Eastern Time, ABC. Just mind you, even though Stanford is 2, I think they're 2-2. Stanford beat USC handily on the road. So Oregon's coming in as number 3. They better come in, be on their P's and Q's, because they can't get caught slipping, because the Pac-12 is in the same position. If Oregon loses, they're in the same position as the ACC to allow 2 SEC teams or 2 Big Ten teams into the playoffs. They have to win this game. They have to.
I think they will, though.
I think they will, because they can run the ball. If you can run the ball, you can win anywhere. Because throwing the ball is more variables in that than running the ball. So if you can run the ball, I'm gonna believe in your team.
Is Thibodeau out?
Nah, he's back.
What about, remember that guy?
Justin Flo?
Yeah. What's up, man? They said he was out for the season or something?
Indefinitely.
What happened to him?
He keep getting hurt. I don't know exactly what happened, though.
I'm highlighting you told me that nigga too physical. All that stuff from high school.
He flipping motherfuckers over and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So, and Ohio State is on upset alert too. If you were paying attention last week, Rutgers almost took down Michigan. They had a chance to go down and win the game, but they fumbled on that drive, the last drive of the game that they had. So they're going. I think Ohio State has to go to them to Piscataway, New Jersey, to see if they can get that dub, man.
Sure.
And make sure. So
CJ should be back, huh?
CJ should be back. If he's not back, I might be picking. I might be picking Rutgers. They're going to Rutgers, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be tuned in for that one.
It's a lot of good 3:30 games.
Rutgers 2-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1.
They're both 3-1.
Okay, Rutgers.
Ohio State is minus 15.5. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a margin, because that offense, they got a lot of talented dudes there with that wide receiver room. Like
Ohio State?
Yes, even though we're gonna talk about Jamison Williams in a minute, I'm gonna talk about him in a minute. But that wide receiver room is crazy. Like,
and they veteran too.
Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. All 3 of them dogs.
Artega Whiteside, right? Don't they got him? Or is that the NFL guy?
That's the NFL.
Who's the hyphen guy that they got?
It's Smith and Jigba.
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, Jackson Smith.
What's his number? 11. Yeah. He's an animal. He's an animal.
Animal is not the word.
I said Artega Whiteside.
Yeah, is he still in the league?
I don't know.
He was
on the Eagles, right?
Yeah, he was dropping passes, not getting open, and all that other type of stuff.
I don't know if he's still in the
I don't
league.
think so. But Ohio State is on upset alert, and so is Oklahoma. Oklahoma has to go to Kansas State. Kansas State lost their first game of the season on the road at Oklahoma State, but Kansas State is still a good team. Kansas State
beat Stanford, right?
Yeah, they beat the hell out of Stanford.
Yeah.
And if you remember last year, Kansas State was one of the teams that beat Oklahoma, I think. I think it was them and Iowa State. They both beat Oklahoma last year. So, upset alert for them. That's at 3:32. Out of those 3 games.
Some hometown boys, though.
Out of those 3 games, Oregon and Stanford, Oklahoma and Kansas State, and Ohio State and Rutgers, do you think any of those teams will be upset?
I think the team, you said Oregon, Oklahoma, and who?
Ohio State.
I think the team that is most likely to get upset is Oklahoma.
Okay.
Where are they at? They on the road?
Yep.
Yeah. And
All three of them are on the road.
What is that? Stillwater?
No, Stillwater's Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
You're talking about Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manhattan. So you going with Oklahoma?
Yeah, the most likely to get upset. Yep.
Most likely.
I'm not a believer in what's his
And
name?
Spencer Rattler?
Not at all. They talking about before the season started, he was the Heisman favorite.
He's talented, bro. He just got. It's the same thing. He has to stop turning the ball over. From what I've seen, I haven't seen everything.
Yeah.
But last year, I seen him play like towards the end of the season. He was playing well, but he's reckless with the ball. That's my problem. Like I've seen him.
Gunslinger, huh?
I've seen him against Nebraska throw the ball into triple coverage. Last week against
West
West
Virginia,
Virginia, he threw the ball into triple coverage.
What was the score of that game?
Which one?
Oklahoma, West Virginia.
16-14, I want to say.
Oh, that was a close game? I didn't even watch that
Yeah,
game.
I think it was 17-14. That was a
Damn.
low-scoring game. West Virginia's defense is really good.
Damn.
Yeah.
They were saying West Virginia fuck around beat them, too.
Because they beat Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, Oklahoma.
Maryland beat them. Maryland beat West Virginia.
Yeah.
But you ain't talk about that game. Don't forget about that
Okay.
upset.
So is that the biggest upset?
It might be.
Iowa has to come here. Maryland. Friday night. 8:30. 8 o'clock. Or 8:30. I don't know.
Friday night lights. Blackout.
Blackout, man.
No, it's going to be John.
FS1, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
8:30. You got Maryland winning this game? You rocking with Talia?
So, look. I watched Iowa last week against Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
Not impressive. Defense was very impressive, but it was Colorado State. That gave me some hope.
But what about Iowa State and what about Indiana when they beat the hell out of Indiana?
Damn, what they did 50 piece them, didn't they? Then they beat the hell out of Iowa State.
And Iowa State is supposed to be like that.
No, Iowa State's supposed to be like that. I thought they was gonna win.
Yeah,
Iowa's just an OG program.
For sure. They've been putting out guys for a long time.
Yeah.
Bob Sanders, Dallas Clark, George Kittle.
So they supposed to come down here and handle business.
I'm thinking they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna like blow them out, but I think they're gonna force a couple turnovers and take control of the game. It's not gonna be high score. It's probably gonna be like 28-17 or something like that.
Are they still top 5?
Yes.
That's my only problem.
They're 5.
I don't know if they're a top 5 team.
They beat two supposed to be ranked teams. They beat
Iowa
Indiana
State.
and Iowa State.
The crop with the Big 12.
Big 10?
No, Iowa State.
Oh yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
Then they beat
Iowa
Indiana.
State, goddamn.
They just had a good year last year.
I know.
I was excited. I was rooting for them.
Brees Hall still okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I can't. I don't know because I feel like I'm not even a Maryland
I'm going
fan.
with Iowa.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Iowa. But
I just
want
think their
Maryland to win
defense
that
is
game.
too nice.
Yeah.
Defense is too nice.
Too nice.
So
They're gonna make some plays. Yeah, you're right. They're gonna turn that ball over.
Ending the.
But we rooting for Maryland.
Shout out to my boy, the Great Patriot on YouTube. Shout out to you, my boy Calvin.
Yes,
he made a series rebuilding Maryland football in NCAA 14, the remaster version. Go check out my boy channel.
Got to.
Go check them videos out. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy. So the last one we gonna go with who do we think is gonna win the Heisman? Right? Who are your Heisman candidates as of week 4 in college football?
No, we both agree on what's his name?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
That boy's an animal.
Bryce Young got 15 touchdowns throwing the ball.
What is he? A Kyler Murray Jr.?
I don't know if he's that elusive.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray they got baseball speed.
Yeah. speed, isn't it?
And a baseball arm.
Kicking his a live arm.
You going Bryce Young?
Bryce Young, Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, yeah.
Matt Corral. And then your guy, I like that.
Jamison Williams, man.
Yeah, I like that. Now,
Jamison
number 1
Williams,
is ice.
number 1.
But first, before we talk about him, maybe Ohio State is having problems. Because how does he leave the program and go to Alabama? How does that happen?
What I'm going to say is, right, you remember what I just said maybe like 2 or 3 minutes ago about their wide receiver room.
Yeah, you're right. He ain't on that field.
So, yeah, I mean,
right, because he ain't play like
it might have just been a situation where it was like, yeah, we got 3 guys that are already like established, and nobody think about Jamison Williams like that unless you're like a real deal in the trenches Alabama fan or Ohio State fan that listen to the recruiting news and everything like that. Nobody really knew.
Yeah, nobody knew. I just knew the nigga had that number 1 on, so he better be nice.
Hey, Jamison Williams to me is my number 1, even though Bryce Young got 15 touchdowns, and Matt Corral has 14 touchdowns. Jameson Williams is like the ultimate playmaker. He's had 2 touchdowns in the same game on kick return. You know what's crazy about that? He's only had 5 chances to return kicks, and he scored twice.
40%.
And he's a deep threat too.
That
Wide
boy
receiver.
move.
So, Jameson Williams is my number 1. I'm pretty sure it's your number 1 too.
I'm gonna go with the quarterback.
Okay.
But I do like that pick.
Because like it might be a new wave because wide receiver won Heisman last year.
And that's why I can't go with him. Because
He's not Devontae.
he ain't Devontae.
You never know. It's only week 4.
It is only week 4.
But Devontae is a different animal.
Yeah, that nigga, oh my God. He the GOAT. He is the GOAT college football wide
No.
receiver.
This is another question. Out of all the Alabama wide receivers, if you were to make a 3-person wide receiver core, what 3 are you picking? So I'm going to name some of the dudes. So we obviously know Julio. We obviously know Amari Cooper. Calvin Ridley. You got the dudes that just came out, Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, most of them. I think that was most of them.
So if you had to build a 3-person wide receiver core out of those guys, who would you pick? I was thinking about that for a while.
Yeah, that's a great question. But I was just trying to make sure you didn't. I think you named everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Julio.
Mm-hmm.
We probably going to have the same 3.
I don't know.
Julio, Calvin, he was an animal at Alabama.
Calvin was crazy.
And then I'm going to have to go with the GOAT.
Devontae?
I'm going to have to go with the GOAT.
We a little bit different.
Who you got?
So I'm going with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper
yeah.
footwork crazy.
Yeah.
His footwork is crazy.
He was killing niggas in college.
I'm gonna have to go with Amari Cooper on one side.
You can't.
Huh?
I might have to take that back. But
Amari Cooper on one side, then I'm gonna go with Julio on the other side, and I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith in the slot.
Okay. Hey, but you know what's really crazy, bruh? Like you said with the Williams situation, the receivers just so many guys.
There's so many talented receivers, bro. Like
Because it was Ruggs,
Judy,
and Waddle before
Yeah.
with Devontae.
No. Devontae was there before them.
But
Because
he
you
wasn't
remember?
playing, was he?
No, he was. You remember he
Damn.
caught the touchdown in the national championship.
He did catch that.
He was there, but he was there like the same time.
He
It was all the
there.
same. It was all the same class,
Yeah.
but Devontae stayed for a senior year.
Yeah, because he had to get them snaps. He wasn't getting them snaps that them other guys was
Yeah,
getting.
Jerry Jeudy was the number 1 receiver
Yeah.
on that team.
Yeah, and that's crazy because Devontae is better than all them. He better than Judy, at least league. I mean, not league. We ain't seen him in the league, but Judy ain't do shit last year. I don't know. I ain't gonna give up on Judy yet because he's not.
So put the mic back on. Okay. So out of those 6 guys I just named, we made a receiving core. If you were an NFL GM, you had the option to only get one of them for the next 5 or 6 years. Who would you go with? I know who I'm going with.
Out of all those guys we named,
Yeah.
for the
Or
next,
excluding Julio, because Julio's towards the back half.
for the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. I know who I'm going with. It might not be the popular pick, but I know who I'm going with. I'm going with Calvin Ridley.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had to pick one,
Just one.
I'm going Calvin Ridley. Because it's really between the young guys. I don't know how much
Yeah, it's really
longer Amari Cooper's going to be playing. He's been in the league for a while, but you never know.
Calvin is the biggest. He's the
You
biggest.
mean size-wise? No, he's not that big.
Out of Ruggs and them?
You talking about name-wise or size?
Size. Like out of Ruggs.
I don't think so.
Hell yeah, Calvin like 6'1", 6'2".
Is he?
Hell yeah.
me see.
Ruggs and them, Waddle and
Well, I
Smith.
know Waddle is small.
Yeah, them.
Oh, he's 6'1"?
Yeah. Calvin.
Devontae might be taller than him, though.
I don't know. Devontae look like
He's just skinny.
Yeah.
Devontae is
Remember we was talking about
6 foot.
That the boy Calvin really dies in that contact.
Calvin really, I mean, he's small. He's
Yeah.
only 190. It's not like he Calvin Johnson or DK Metcalf.
Yeah, you're right, man. He not Julio Jones.
No. So,
I don't know. It's either between Calvin and Devontae, but that's only Calvin. There's no question.
Calvin's the best right now.
Yeah.
Out of the group excluding Julio and Amari, because I think it's Julio obviously and then Amari and
Right.
then Calvin.
Right. But I don't know. Devontae got so much big shoes to fill from college that if he ever filled them shoes, the Eagles gonna fuck around with the championship.
What do you think Jerry Jeudy's gonna do? Jerry Jeudy was productive in that game before he got hurt.
Yeah, he just started off good. Maybe then Ruggs started off good. Maybe it was just the first years that cold.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
It's
so,
different.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Calvin though.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Calvin.
Okay. So, wrapping this up, we're gonna go from college football to basketball. We're gonna talk about NBA. The media day was yesterday. There's been a lot of drama about who's getting jabbed, who's not getting the jab. Do you want to talk about that?
Start it off, my boy.
All right. So, there was a Rolling Stones article going around talking about the players who didn't get the jab. I'm not going to name it by the name.
Oh, by the jab? You mean the vaccine?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm not going to say that because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You feel me? Getting the jab.
Yeah.
So, just to preface this, right? The magnitude of this is only because there's a top 15 player that's not willing to get the jab. Out of everybody in the NBA, 90% got the jab. Both of them. They good. They ready to go. There's only been a few, like 60 players. There's only like 2 real prominent players that didn't get a jab. It's Kyrie and Bradley Beal. Now, this has been a talking point throughout the country for like the past 6 months, right? The way I feel about it, bro, like I got the jab, but I'm not gonna judge you as a person if you don't get the jab.
Right.
But the thing that kind of like messes with me is like the reasoning. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, seems like nobody really even has a reason. Maybe they do.
They have a reason, but because it's like maybe they don't feel comfortable getting it. Because I know with athletes it's different because they're superstitious. Like they have a specific routine, and they obviously care about what they're putting into their bodies. So like that's the thing. And then with us being black people, like they have a general mistrust of like the government.
Of course.
But like what Dame said, bro. Dame, they asked him. He's like, yeah, I got it. Like I've been getting shots all my life.
Right.
Flu shot.
Getting shots all my
polio,
life. My mom is a nurse.
Like, and like, yeah. So that's how I feel about it. I'm not like villainizing anybody about it. Like, but it's just like, damn, it's crazy. But like, that's your reason. And sometimes it just be like the reason just don't be making sense. I can respect your decision because you're a grown man.
That's all that. That's the reason. I'm a grown man. That really be the.
It be pride sometimes, yeah.
And that's true. Yeah, you don't have to. I guess they don't. They feel like that control. They feel like they won't have that, which they should have that control to choose. But
yeah, it's their choice to choose. I'm not like I said, I'm not going to vilify. It's just like the reason is don't be making sense to me.
Is that shit worth your half a $15 million contract? No,
bruh. I don't know if this is true or not. I was looking at Twitter. Somebody, I'm pretty sure it's not like accurate because somebody was just talking.
Right.
It was like, is Andrew Wiggins really willing to lose $350K a game?
That's what I'm saying.
Over a jab.
You're not gonna play every road game.
Every home game.
Every home game. Same with Kyrie. You're not gonna play every. Bro, if Kyrie don't play every home game, the Nets are not winning.
Especially if it gets to the playoffs, because you get, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was thinking. So what the hell they gonna do when they get to the playoffs?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna get it.
Yeah, something gonna have to be done by then.
He's gonna get it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get it. It's probably not because he want to. The article, I'm pretty sure if you haven't read it, I didn't read the full thing because I'm not paying for Rolling Stone. I don't read Rolling Stone. Another part of it was they talked to Kyrie aunt, and essentially she just said it was like some devil shit. Like it was going to like chain black people to a master computer, and it was like some.
But they'd have been did that.
Some satanic.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Everybody got their own opinion. I respect your opinion, but I do feel a kind of way about it because the opinion don't be making sense to me. Yeah, and if it's something like that, well, nigga, we all need to know that. Like, we black too. Like, shit. That's what I'm saying. So, like guys like Kyrie, Bradley Beal, Andrew Wiggins are saying this things that it's reasons that they want to keep to themselves. We need to know that. Yeah,
because like if I want to go to a game, bro, I'm in person. Like it's different for football. Like Cole Beasley could talk and DeAndre Hopkins could say that.
No, and they was wilding too though.
But like even with that, they can get away with it because when you play football, you playing outside. You feel me? So there's open air. So like in a room like we in right now, this is an arena. You feel me? There's no open doors. There's no open windows and nothing like that, right? So the stuff is gonna like float in the atmosphere. You feel me? And you're coming in contact with a lot of people. Like even some people's like it's a personal decision. It is, but at a certain point, it's like.
But this is a business decision. Now it's a business.
You're
decision.
affecting other people too.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you come in contact with a lot of people, bro. Like little kids they love you. They want to take pictures with you and everything. You feel me? Especially Kyrie, because look, I'm not mad at Kyrie because like he does a lot of stuff for us. He does a lot of things. He's donated a lot of money, built houses for people, go to communities and give kids shoes. He's done a lot of shit, and I appreciate him for that. But
sure.
There's one thing I just don't agree with. You feel me?
Yeah, this specific situation. But this is right up his alley, though. We're not surprised.
That's just like the type of dude, like, not the type of dude he is, but the type of things he believes in, shit like that.
Yeah, but I need to know that shit too, Kyrie. If your aunt saying that there's some devil worshiping shit,
tell me, bro.
Like, let me know. Shit. No, I ain't trying. I mean, I already got it now. It's too late.
What about the Jonathan Isaac thing? You seen with Jonathan Isaac?
No, what he said?
He don't got it either. But you know he like big Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He's like a pastor.
Yeah.
You remember that thing like 2 years ago when a report came out? He said I had a sermon and none of my teammates came.
Ah, damn, that's fucked. That's fucked up.
They wasn't rocking with him.
That's fucked up.
And another thing with that, like,
damn, Jonathan Isaac is probably a boring person to hang out with.
somebody made a good point, right? Where they were like, when you had surgeries and shit, you trust the doctors at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You trust the dad. You trust the daughters any other time.
And when it comes to this, it's like, you feel me? I don't know. We're going to get off of that.
A lot of conspiracy.
We're going to get off of that.
But I got one more thing before we do get off.
Mm-hmm.
What CJ McCullough, you see what CJ said?
Mm-mm.
That was very...
Political.
No, very... That was a very good statement. He said, I think we're losing track of the fact that 90% of
Other people that have the jab aren't.
No, 90% of the NBA.
It's facts. Yeah. For sure. That's why I was like, yeah, it's only like 50 people.
Yeah. You worried about these 50, you know what I mean?
But you worried about it because it's Kyrie, Bradley Beal. So
yeah, come on, Bradley Beal. You already missed the Olympics.
So
you know, you're one of my favorite players, Bradley Beal.
So
you can't afford to be missing you because of no COVID.
Going forward after that, right? More media day stuff. We're talking about Zion, right? And I have no idea if this is true. This goes with like all news nowadays. I don't know what's true or what's not. This is just interesting, right? So there was a Reddit post talking about Christian Clark on how shitty David Griffin's tenure has been. How many people in the organization turned on him. Read it verbatim. Griffin basically has no relationship with Zion and they don't speak. Zion showed up fat from day one of Summer League after we drafted him and turned on the organization. What the hell? Turned on the organization in regards to... Hold on. Golly, bro. We've been going for that long?
That's what I think. We have been going for a minute. I don't even know how long we've been going.
It's up there. It's damn near 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we've been going for a dinner.
So, I'm going to start this up. Griffin basically has had no relationship with Zion and they don't really speak. Zion showed up fat from day one of the Summer League after we drafted him and turned on the organization on how cautious they were over his knee injury. Showed up even fatter to the bubble, and we hit another injury at the request of his family. Now the guy who's been fat for his entire NBA career won't show up to any of the team's off-season workouts, goes to B.I. and Vincent, and Phoenix was in Las Vegas. Hold on. What the hell? Goes to B.I. and Vincent and Phoenix and was in Las Vegas for the Summer League, but didn't meet with any of his teammates and has no relationship with the front office.
Yeah, I hope that's not true.
I've said it before, but it's almost impossible for these past 2 years to have gone any worse. A fraud, a franchise player who's been fat or injured for his entire career, his psycho parents, and somehow less leadership ability than Anthony Davis. At least AD showed up to the team workouts. Shit is ridiculous. You sure? None of this is on Zion either? I don't know.
The out of shape, of course, that's on Zion. I'm just saying, boo for the fact that we, if that's true, boo for the fact that we know that. It's supposed to be inside.
I mean, that kind of is inside, but somebody leaked it out. But if that's what's going on, but that's crazy.
I believe. I mean, his parents.
He ghosted B.I. though.
Yeah, I hope that's not true. Because if that's true, then what the hell?
What are we doing?
Yeah, he's the best two players. Yeah, but they kind of don't have chemistry on the court, though.
Not really.
Yeah,
not really. I'm gonna be paying attention to a lot of the Pelicans games this year because they're interesting. Because they don't have Lonzo anymore. They got Devontae Graham, who will provide more shooting for them. They need spacing.
Are they going to start him?
They should. They should put him at the one, unless they plan on starting Thomas Satoransky or Kira Lewis.
Then they got Thomas Satoransky.
Yeah, they got him in a trade with Chicago. But the thing about Zion being fat, I'm fat. So, so the thing about being fat, it's kind of hard to lose weight, but especially he's still an athlete at that level while being like 290 pounds.
Yeah.
But
he got that bag.
in the long run,
eating good.
Yeah, for sure. He ain't got no swag though. That's my only problem I have with Zion. Like on a non like serious, he has zero swag. He got no swag, bro. Get you a stylist, my boy.
Nah, I don't get you no stylist. They gonna have that nigga looking crazy.
Nah, bro. You see how some of these players be looking out with stylists though.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker got a stylist. Some people got stylists, bro. They be looking
PJ
clean.
Tucker got swag though. You can't go get no stylist. You ain't already got no swag.
But he don't got no swag on his own. So somebody got curated.
Yeah, he gonna have to find the right one.
You know? So, with that, just on a serious note, like, he really should, like, drop some pounds for real because...
Especially if he just had surgery.
In the long run... Yeah, I'm not talking about, like, right now because if you on surgery, you can't really do nothing. The same thing with, like, Joel Embiid when he was, like, getting bigger. He came back out of shape. There's no way you can come back in shape when you're on a foot injury.
Right.
Or any kind of lower extremity injury. You feel me? The two injuries he's had in the league was knee and foot. So you can't really do nothing with that. But getting the pounds down is going to be good for him because he'll last longer. You feel me? He'll probably be a more explosive player because he's probably one of the best athletes in the league already.
For sure.
And he's
on a man yet?
He's like 300 pounds.
Well, we still waiting for the first Zion poster.
Niggas be moving out the way.
Smart niggas.
Damn well. You might as well move out the way.
Man, we've been seeing this for 5 years before he got into the league. We don't need to see it anymore. These people got families, huh?
For sure. They got pride. Mm-hmm. So with that whole situation, even if like say it goes south over the next 2 years and by that time he'll be 5 years in and he's like, I want to trade.
Yeah, you know
what does that look like?
You know it's coming.
What does that look like to you? Does it look like, are we going to blow it up again? Or are we going to like build around BI or what we doing?
Both of them got to go. That's me.
But BI hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything wrong. He just come in and hooping. Been an all-star.
No, I'm saying he going to want to go too. I would hope Brandon Ingram not trying to stay in New Orleans.
He might want his own team though.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be in New Orleans then for sure.
Yeah. But I don't know, bro. It's like the whole situation they've had since he's been there has been weird to me. Like Baby and bro injuries is not cool. Like when he was in the bubble, he was out of shape. He has to play his way into shape. Like how do you? I don't understand that point. Like that comes with. I mean, they was trying to make the playoffs.
But they ain't playing.
He played.
Like what?
He played a few games.
Yeah.
But it's just like.
Low management though.
But even with that, like some of that onus is on Zion because when you come in, when the pandemic started, they had 5 months from March to August.
Mm-hmm.
5 months. You feel me? Like I understand the first part of it is like, you know, we don't know what to do. We don't know when it's coming back. Stuff like that. Right. But then after that, like in June, they said it was coming back. You feel me? So
it's time to get to work.
Time to get in that lab. You feel me? Time to get ready. But even though we're talking like this, Zion averaged 27 points a game last year.
Still one of the best players in the league.
He still averaged 27 a game. So if you see that kind of production and talent, like there's only a few things you just need to get the mentality right to be able to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. But New Orleans is one of those places that
never win.
Yeah, and they'll never keep
Sacramento.
Sacramento can keep a star one day.
I mean, they keeping De'Aaron right now, but it gets to a certain point where it's like, bro, we're not doing it. We've been in the same place.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So, yeah.
But New Orleans, we knew once they got Zion wanted to end his career in New Orleans. Ain't no way.
Some people saying that, so
ain't no way. He too big for New Orleans.
So moving on from one potential big trade to another one, we're just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Counting down the days.
Ben Simmons. The saga continues. The hustle continues.
And that's another guy we talking about like he not one of the best players in the league still.
Yeah. I mean, it's
unfortunate.
It sucks because Ben Simmons is a talented dude, right? He's damn near 7 feet tall, point guard. But he has point guard skills.
Yeah.
And he just had a bad playoff series. He had bad playoffs. And I kind of feel didn't you say like the onus for most of the situation is on the fans?
Yeah, in Philly for sure. Definitely on the
Philly fans.
It's definitely on the fans.
Because like I don't know.
Instigating the situation.
It might just be like a sign of the times now, because like everybody's always jumping down somebody's throat.
Yeah.
You feel me? Especially like on Twitter and like Instagram and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Or even on TV, people feel protected, so they could just say whatever they want. But like even like this is a thing that's been my pet peeve for a little minute now. We have to give some of these players time to learn how to win in the NBA, because if you go back in history, the greatest players besides like Magic Johnson, it took time for them to win. And even when Magic Johnson won, he had a great performance in that finals game to win in the series. But he played with Kareem, one of the greatest players to ever play, before he even got to the league. Like,
he was in his 40s, probably.
He was at the tail end of his career, still winning MVP, still being the best center in the league. You feel me? Like, other than Magic Johnson, it took players a while to be able to get to that chip. Michael Jordan, he came in at 84. It took him 6-7 years to win his first chip. LeBron, same thing, 6-7 years to win his first chip. It was 8 years to win his first chip. Like, Kobe, you could put Kobe in there. The first 3 years of his career, he struggled. You know what I'm saying? And when we got to the finals, when Shaq was carrying them, and they was both going back and forth, Shaq was considered the best player until probably around 2003, 2004. Even at that point, Shaq, nobody could stop him. So either way, he was going to do his thing, get 30 and 15. You feel me? Ridiculous. And Kobe was on his own already great, and he just ascended to that level. You know what I'm saying? So
he had the will to be that.
Mm-hmm. And even like D Wade is like an exception because it took him 3 years, but he has Shaq.
Common denominator, you need that big man.
You need somebody else to help you. That's already established though. In those situations, like with Kareem and Shaq,
right?
And you already had guys that was already
established. Not like that.
No, not at that point.
Mm-mm.
But Ben Simmons isn't either one of them. He's not either. He's not Magic or Kobe. Either one. D Wade. Like, but there's nothing wrong with that. He's a really good player. He's very valuable. But like,
and that's another thing. They diminishing his value. All this down talk on him.
I mean, fans gonna fan either way.
Not really the fans. I'm talking about the organization nowadays.
I mean, even with the organization, it's kind of different because I don't know. They never really had control from it from the start.
Yeah.
But the organization does play a big role in this because before, like, they've mismanaged a lot of stuff. They've mismanaged a lot. Going back to, like, Markel. Like, they mismanaged that entire situation. That entire situation was mismanaged from the start.
Hold up. Before we get into that, this is interesting that you say that. I didn't even think about this when we were talking about it earlier. They draft Markel, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a point guard, right?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is supposed to be a point guard, right?
But they were essentially at that time they were thinking because Markel averaged 20 a game. They were thinking he'd be a 2, just be that guy that could score.
Yeah, facts. But I'm thinking what I was gonna say is if you drafted Markel as a point, he was at Washington, so he gonna have the ball. So he's a 1-2. If you draft that guy to be a point, and you already have a point, does that mean Ben was trying to give up on Ben Simmons back then?
I don't think so. Because at that point, Ben Simmons had only played for a year.
Right.
And he won Rookie of the Year. And
he was at
No. So he missed his rookie year, remember, because he broke his foot.
Right.
And they kept him out. And the year they drafted the year they drafted Markel was Ben's rookie year because Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year because Donovan Mitchell was in it too.
Yeah.
But Ben had a Rookie of the Year season, and like, he was really good. Like,
he's still really good.
Like,
and I ain't gonna lie, 4 points in the playoffs is unacceptable.
It is, but every player has that though. I was gonna get to that because you remember LeBron had 8 points in the finals game against the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Like, every player's had like their own situation where they've gone through and been like trash. Kobe had those air balls in Utah. Like, he had a terrible series against Detroit when they lost the finals. Like, you gotta let players like lose, bro. They have to experience.
It's part of the game.
It's a part of the process. Y'all coined the phrase "trust the process." Struggling is a part of the process. You're not just finna put a team together and just win immediately.
That's where the fans come in. They tired of trusting the process. Like, nigga, the process done been 7 years, but that's the process.
There's so many layers to this because the process that the Sixers went through, it's been mismanaged by the organization. It's been bad play on the court at times. It's been on the fans.
Bad fits on the court too.
Yeah, like, even like I was saying, going back to like the way they managed the Markel situation.
I have a question.
Hold on. Like, you can't mismanage that. You have the number 1 pick, and like I was saying earlier, bro, you had the number 1 pick in the draft, right? A really talented dude. Something happened with his shoulder. nobody will ever know until probably after he retires what happened.
Yeah, the truth.
The real situation, right? Yeah. Some people say it was a muscle imbalance. Some people say it was structural damage. Some people say it's nerve.
Markel even gives us that story.
Some people say it's something else. If you tell me right now that Markel is not a productive player on the Magic, you should be slapped. I should slap the hell out you, right? He averaged like 15 points a game, give you good production.
Good production.
And before they got rid of him, he had a triple-double. He was the youngest player to ever get a triple-double in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And my biggest problem with it wasn't trading him. They traded him for nothing. Nothing to the Magic for nothing. If you would have kept him on that team.
Damn, what are they doing?
They traded him for nothing, bro.
They organization is just managing everything. Now they
the only way I could see where it makes sense is when they traded for, but Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris was already on the team by that point.
Yeah.
So the only way I could see it making sense is if they would clear a way to sign both of them. You feel me?
Yeah.
But even still,
like, that's not a situation they even really had to worry about.
But it's the same. It's one and the same with Ben Simmons too, because the situation got so bad to the point where the media was asking these constant questions, and Markel was tired of it. Mm-hmm. At that point, he was like, "I'm not talking to y'all," and it's like, I don't know, bro.
I got this question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If the I was about to say the Eagles, if the Sixers if they take Jason Tatum at number 1 instead of Markel Fultz, is all of this? Are we even talking about this right now?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, obviously now, because it's like hindsight.
Yeah, with Jason Tatum.
But you got to remember, like, this is just my opinion. Markel, like, going into the draft, people now say
hands down number 1.
Exactly. So if you had the number, if you traded up, then
Jason Tatum was an animal. That dude.
He wasn't that crazy though. But even
he wasn't Brandon Ingram.
Even on the same coin, even on the same like side of the coin, Markel team didn't make the tournament. They were like 9-24.
Yeah, they didn't win no games.
So to be honest with you though, it was either one. Like I don't know. You can't really go back in history and say that. But
who went number 2?
Who went? Lonzo.
Who?
Lonzo.
Lonzo. Yeah.
It was
that year.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was
Kel Lonzo
and Tatum, and then it was Josh Jackson. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Josh Jackson.
Yeah.
I thought you said Jaren Jackson.
No.
Josh Jackson from Kansas. Damn.
And then you had De'Aaron Phoenix.
God damn.
Yeah, I mean they made up for it.
I guess they were supposed to.
He was supposed to be Kawhi and Jimmy Butler. That's what it was.
And then you seen though, because they had what's his name, the coach Earl.
Yeah, Earl Watson.
Yeah,
they wanted him to pick. I made a video about that. I put that clip in the video. He was like, "Yeah, we watched Jason Tatum work out. He hit 40 straight threes.
Yeah, so I guess
40 straight threes.
If Tatum would have slipped to 4, they would have had Tatum.
But Boston was already plotting. Boston
came up, didn't they?
Boston was they had number 1. They traded down. You remember? And they traded a first round pick.
Philly had 3.
Yeah. Then they swapped with Boston.
So they straight
for a first round pick.
So they straight finesse Philly.
Yes.
And fuck their whole organization. God damn, Boston, y'all crazy.
They're devious, bro.
Devious.
But I mean, even with that devious action, the universe came back and destroyed their shit, kind of.
Yeah, because they did Isaiah Thomas wrong.
Yeah. So what goes around?
In the end, they did on the lowest of keys. They did Terry Rozier wrong too.
I don't think so.
He's supposed to be that starting point guard.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I'll tell you like this. That year when he came back after the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because he was there for the next year when Kyrie was there. Kyrie came back.
He was there.
Kyrie came back though. He was hurt. You remember that? Because he had the big playoffs. Because Kyrie was hurt.
Yeah. And that's when he was wild in the playoffs.
Kyrie came back. Well, when Kyrie come back, you're gonna have to put him on the floor. You know what I'm saying? In a contract year. It was his contract year.
Terry's contract year, right?
No, Kyrie's too. Remember? He said he was gonna resign. He didn't. Yeah. So he came back and was like, "Yeah, we gotta play him. If we don't play him, he's not gonna resign."
Yeah, so they had to do Terry like that, like this.
Yeah.
I'm saying, fuck Kyrie. Terry's balling in the playoffs.
But still,
and him and Jason Tatum,
I don't know.
That's icy, right?
I don't know.
He don't play no defense.
Neither does Kyrie.
Buckets.
But Kyrie, I'm counting on Kyrie before Terry Rozier though.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kyrie was more established.
But the problem is they did too, and he did not come through.
They didn't have any chemistry either. Because Kyrie missed the majority of the season. So,
still highly respected by the Boston guys, so he must have did something right.
But back to the original point. They mismanaged. The Sixers mismanaged everything, bro. Every single thing about this situation with Markel. They messed it up. They traded him for pennies on the dollar.
You said Jonathan
Simmons, and I think like a second round pick or something like that. It was pennies on the dollar. Then That same season, y'all made some big. They made some big swings. They got Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, right? They had a big core four. They made it to the semifinals where they lost to the Raptors on a miracle run by the Raptors, right?
He shot.
They won that series. I'm gonna give them the credit for that. I'm gonna give them their credit for that. The Raptors came through, did what they had to do to get that chip. They came through and did what they had to do, but they mismanaged the situation. Mind you, they fucked up with Markelle before, and now when it's time to re-sign Jimmy Butler, they're doing shit behind the scenes where it's like, we got to control him, and you can't control him. He's an alpha.
I remember he did say that.
Like, if there's a problem, Jimmy's the type of player. He's like old school. Like, if there's a problem, he gonna address it. You feel me? And if you messing up, he gonna tell you. He gonna get in your ass. You feel me?
He wants to win.
And I'm assuming, we don't know. I'm assuming that the organization didn't like the way he was going about certain things because he still had that stigma from Minnesota when he came through and when he torched Cat and Andrew Wiggins with a Rolex on in practice.
And they had the weak ass coach at the time.
Bust their ass.
With the rollie on. And they had that weak ass Brett Brown.
No, I like Brett Brown. I like the way he ran his offense.
He's a good. I'm talking about just as a personality.
He's not an alpha.
Yeah, he can't run Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Hell no.
No.
I don't even know. I mean, shit, Doc trying.
I don't know if Doc was gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, Doc got.
But but he coached KG, so
KG respected him though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jimmy will respect him too. You feel me? Because he, even with a guy like Tibbs or somebody like that, Tibbs was under Doc Rivers. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So even with that, like they mismanaged that. Jimmy Butler left. They did a sign and trade. They at least got something for him. Somebody, okay. They got Josh Richardson. He was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then they re-signed Tobias Harris to the largest contract of the season. I don't know why they did that. 180, right?
Mm-hmm.
$180 million for Tobias Harris. I mean, maybe they had to because
you think it was 180, 177,
it was something around 180 million dollars for 5 years. Mm-hmm. They signed him. They had to keep him down so they could have that big three, right? But Tobias Harris isn't worth that much. But at the same time, they were kind of pigeonholed into doing that because.
But look at the contracts now. Michael Porter just got
207.
He's nice as fuck. But he ain't been consistent.
Well, Michael Porter Jr., the only reason why he slipped because of the back. You feel me?
Yeah, so shit, I guess this is nothing compared to what he would have got.
Yeah.
If he was number one.
I mean, he still would have got 200, the same amount. He would probably got it faster.
Yeah,
No. He was in the same. It would have all been the same.
No, I'm saying if he would have went number one.
If he would have went to Phoenix, that would have been crazy.
Oh, my God.
Imagine if Phoenix got the three light-skinned killers. Devin Booker, Jason Tatum.
Y'all done got some unlucky cards.
Huh?
Phoenix done had some unlucky cards.
Nah.
But it almost turned on them.
No, it's fine. They got DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton's good. They got Chris Paul, Devin Booker. They got Mikal Bridges. Oh, fuck. The Sixers had Mikal Bridges and they traded him for Zaire Smith. Drafted him.
Philly.
His mom worked for the Sixers.
No, his mom ain't worked for the Sixers.
She did, because remember they interviewed her?
No, I don't remember that.
They interviewed her, bro.
Yeah, he went to Villanova.
I gotta find it. I'm gonna play it on Philly guy. He was a Philly guy, bro. They really traded him on draft night. He was a 10th pick.
I do remember that. He did get
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, Philly out on some shit.
Elton Brand, you messing up, bro. Elton Brand, you really messing up. This is 7 minutes long.
With the 10th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Mikal Bridges from Villanova University.
This is proof, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's like us too. That's like us drafting children.
There's some Sixer fans in the house. It's on Mikal's mom, Tanisha Rivers,
you know what I'm saying?
Fired up about this pick. Since 2008, Dante
listen.
DiVincenzo's college teammate, awaiting to hear his name called. Since 2008, Bridges is the 9th four-year college player to make it into the top 10. He continually improved. He was a third-team All-American last year. As Jay mentioned, a two-time national champion. It comes out of the culture.
To be able to play in the same place where you grew up and you watched your mom work for years.
I mean, it means the world to me, you know.
Imagine if they had him instead of Matisse Thybulle. Even though Matisse Thybulle was really good, Mikal Bridges is a better version of it because he can shoot the ball. Like, come the history of doing that is wild.
Bro, the Sixers, God.
And then with Doc Rivers, like yesterday, Doc Rivers said, before I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but to preface it, when they lost Game 7 to the Atlanta Hawks in the second round, they asked Doc Rivers, is Ben Simmons a championship level point guard?
I can't tell you that right now.
He said, I don't know. I can't tell you that right now. I don't know.
And that's after the emotions of a loss.
I understand that.
Definitely.
But he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, you got, just basically threw that under the bus. He would have never said that about Rondo.
He might have. He hated Rondo.
He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rondo was like the smart aleck.
Yeah.
I love Rondo. Rondo is one of my favorite players. No, he's just like, I know everything. I don't need you to tell me anything. I'm gonna run my own plays. Fuck you. That's the type of.
It ain't work.
Rondo's an asshole.
That's why him and Chris Paul be beefing. Where's Rondo at this year?
He's with the Lakers again.
Oh, yes, you're gonna see that Rondo versus CP. Let's go.
They had, bruh. I was expecting that series with them and the Clippers to go a little bit more like intense because Rondo was on the Clippers last year towards the end of the season.
Clippers and
the Suns. Because look,
Kawhi though.
No, but this is what happened in the regular season. It was like towards the end of the regular season. They had played a game in LA. It was like on the lowest of keys. It was like getting tense. It was getting tense. Niggas was talking shit on both sides, like both teams. Like Rondo was talking shit to Chris Paul. He was doing like petty shit, like just like reaching and doing like the normal petty shit Rondo do. It was boiling, but when the playoffs came, it wasn't like that same type of energy.
Clippers knew they was done. Bro, if Kawhi would have won, Kawhi was there, they probably would have went to the finals.
Yeah.
God damn it, Kawhi.
Yeah. But the Sixers mismanage everything with Ben Simmons, and they're probably not going to get nothing good for him. What do you think the Sixers are going to do this season? Just not having Ben Simmons.
Who could they trade him to?
Could
they really trade him to the Wizards? Is that really realistic?
I don't know. Not with the roster they built out now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, you can't be losing 30 points a game.
So, what I'm thinking is the only thing that I was thinking of, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't happen. It might happen but he's hurt right now. Is the perfect player, the perfect like parallel, right? If you were to trade Jamal Murray for Ben Simmons, right? Jamal Murray is an elite scorer. He's a point guard, right? And he'll be able to produce the same amount of points that Ben Simmons will probably put in assists.
Yeah, and he fucking know how to play the big man.
Exactly. So if you do that, and then you put a defensive stalwart next to Jokic, and a guy that can run your offense, then
that's two passers though. So Jokic gets buckets, but that means you putting that faith into Michael Porter, which they did just do. They just gave him 200.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a big ass front line. 7 foot, 6'11", 6'10".
Still there. Aaron Gordon still there. God damn, that's all 6'9".
That's the best thing that they can probably do. That's like.
But if you were the Nuggets, would you take that though? I only even thinking about it because Jamal just tore his ACL.
I probably.
That's the only reason I'm even considering it.
Would you do it? I don't think so.
I don't think I would do it.
Just because Jamal Murray is a special player to me.
He is a very special player. And
to answer your question from earlier, if I'm a Nuggets fan, kinda.
Yeah.
What else? What else we can talk about? Oh yeah, what do you think the Sixers? What's the best trade you think the Sixers can get for him right now? Is it the Minnesota thing with D'Lo and Malik Beasley, or is it anywhere else that you think that could be a low key like?
But that don't help the Timberwolves though. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it would because Cat is probably the most underrated big man like in the league. If you were to do a top 5 list, he'd be 3 for me. After Jokic and Joel, I got Cat. Cat can do it all.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not putting AD on there,
I would put AD as a 4.
Yeah,
because his ass don't want to play the 5.
He don't. He not built like that. He's not really a point guard. I understand. But shit.
What do you think? I like
that with the Timberwolves. I just don't. If I'm the Timberwolves, I wouldn't do that shit.
Why not?
Because we still not gonna win.
You don't think so? I mean, you're not going to be like a top team in us either way.
Yeah.
But do you think Ben Simmons would be more valuable than D'Lo?
Ben Simmons definitely. Yeah, you're right. That is a good trade for him.
Because he still brings playmaking like D'Lo. You're swapping out the scoring, which opens up more shit for Ant-Man. Opens up more shit for Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So it opens up more scoring for him, and then D'Lo will be able to provide the scoring and playmaking with the Sixers.
Just cause Anthony Edwards, somebody got
Anthony Edwards might be one of my favorite players in the league.
So
he's a funny dude.
They gotta get them up out of there eventually, because it's Anthony Edwards. Not besides Cat, but they gotta get them guards up out of there.
Malik Beasley.
Yeah, they gotta go.
They already traded Rubio. They traded Rubio to Cleveland.
Then so him, Beasley, and D'Lo, they eventually gonna have to go.
That's true.
So yeah, I would do that for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons for sure. Ben Simmons, Ant-Man, Cat.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I forgot about Ant. And they talking about he grew.
Yeah, he's 6'6" now.
Nigga said he Michael Jordan, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Where else? I had a crazy idea, but I don't know if this worked. This is before the report came out that said they came to like a mutual agreement that went out John Wall. You think Ben Simmons will be able to thrive in Houston? You think the Sixers will want to trade for John Wall at this point because his trade value is so low?
Ben Simmons trade value.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if you can't get nothing else. But John Wall, I don't know, bro. I'm a bias. John Wall, that's my nick.
No. Look. I love John Wall. John Wall is really good. The only problem is he's not always healthy.
That contract is ridiculous.
But so Ben Simmons got damn near like the same. I think it's probably like maybe like a 30, not 30, probably like $15 million difference.
Yeah.
But the only thing is like if the Rockets were willing to buy out a part of his contract or restructure a part of his contract to make the contracts work, that would be, you know what I'm saying? Because what I'm thinking is
Ben Simmons and the young
you can have him run the center. You don't have to have him be like the traditional point guard because you have Kevin Porter Jr. You have Jalen Green. You have Josh Christopher. You have guys like Christian Wood. Like Christian Wood and Ben Simmons would be a perfect front court. The only adjustment period would be Ben Simmons learning how to play center.
Which Sixers fans gonna be fucking pissed off.
John Wall, big bloody though.
Yeah, he gonna come and play, but is he gonna come when the Sixers won a championship?
But imagine
that's
just
the problem.
You know how productive John Wall was with Marcin Gortat. Joel Embiid is 10 times better than Marcin Gortat.
Yeah, that's gonna be up to John Wall.
John Wall might come back and be that dude.
Yeah, he do need to get out of Houston, which I think he will.
He will, but like, just imagine that though.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a world where that could happen. I know most people in the mainstream is gonna think like.
And then my man Brad might go over there then, huh?
To Philly?
Mm-hmm. Go play with John again.
But what they gonna do? They don't have nothing to give up at that point.
Shit, this contract about to end soon.
Yeah, he might sign.
A year? What do you got? A year or two left?
I think a year.
This is last season. I hope so, bro. Because I love Bradley Beal, but bro, you wasting your time.
I don't know. I like the Wizards this year. Let's talk about the Wizards this year. The Eastern Conference is unbelievably stacked.
It's the Chicago Bulls,
the Charlotte Hornets, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Milwaukee, New York.
What about Jalen Suggs and Kel?
Miami.
We've been talking about Kel.
They ain't gonna do nothing.
Nah, they ain't gonna do nothing.
The bottom three in the East is gonna stay the same: Cleveland, Orlando, and Detroit.
Didn't Cleveland get something? They got
Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is going to probably be the best rookie out of that class, but it's all said and done.
So that's gonna be a future move, maybe. Cavs, maybe something in the future.
Like 5 years from now, yeah, maybe like 3. Because like by the time 3 years pass, Kyrie, KD, and Harden will probably be on the back end. Because they're all 30, 31, 32 now. So by the time they'll be 35, and then the new regime will start to come in. So, yeah.
Who leading the new regime?
Like out of guys that are under 25?
Not including
Giannis.
Tatum either.
What you mean? Tatum is part of the new crop.
His time is now.
Hold on, you know what I'm saying?
His time is now. We're talking about 5 years. He's gonna be MVP.
But what I'm saying is, I'm talking based off age. Because LeBron is 37. The rest of them dudes is over. Everybody that's top 5 right now, besides Luka, top 10 besides Luka, is 30. LeBron, Steph, Harden, KD, Kyrie, Kawhi, Paul George, all of those dudes are over 30. By the time by the time the next 3 years pass by, they'll all be on the back end. You feel me?
Yeah.
And guys will probably be able to play longer, but at a certain point in time, when by the time Tatum, Luka, De'Aaron Fox, those type of guys,
I hope he gets
Donovan Mitchell,
one day.
bruh, you sleep on Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is really a dog.
He's really a dog. Got Utah up there every time.
In the playoffs.
Yeah. They was number 1 this year.
Yeah, they might be number 1 or number 2 or number 3 this year because they're that good.
Yeah. Good coach.
But by the time those dudes are done, like the new crop will be in their prime, like their literal prime.
Yeah, the beginning.
So if you're talking about out of those dudes, I wouldn't even be able to pick just one. I have to pick a top three. It'd obviously be Tatum, Luka, and
I'm talking about out of
the new guys that just came in, like 2 years ago, and
like Cade,
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Like
Scotty.
Big men are the most coveted. Not the most coveted. Guards are the most coveted position, but big man might be the most important position.
Rare.
Because it's not that often that you can have a big man that can do it all, and Evan Mobley can do it all. He can shoot the ball.
What's up with his brother though? His brother just
Isaiah,
not.
He's still at USC.
He is not. Ever.
He's not that good. I mean, no. Let me not say that. He's not as good as Evan.
That's how it's supposed to be. Your younger brother's supposed to be that. That's why LaMelo's so crazy.
Yeah. So like, out of those players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Evan Mobley is probably going to be the best one because, like I said, he can do it all on the offense and defense. Like with Cade is a great playmaker. He can put the ball in the hole. He's
gonna bring some entertainment to
Detroit.
Be
honest with you, bro, like when I see Cade, I think of a guy like Jason Tatum because they're the same size. They both can handle the hell out of the ball. They could both score it.
Damn, so you telling me you see? So you, maybe
I'm not saying exactly the same. No,
you saying
the same type of traits.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So can we see Jason? I mean, not just Tatum. Cade Cunningham, 3, 4, 5 years from now, really turn into a scorer. Yes. He is already a scorer.
He's already a scorer. He has the skills to be a scorer now. He just has to learn how to score in the league.
Yeah, so we talking about a scorer now, just straight getting buckets.
And he can still dime you up, play great in the pick and roll, play great in transition.
Cade gonna be nasty. We already knew Cade was gonna be nasty, but I didn't think about it.
And then if you think about like a guy like Jalen Green, he might be on the same trajectory as a guy like Donovan Mitchell. Because if you think about even though Jalen Green's obviously taller, and he's like a little bit, yeah. But they have the same type of play style. You feel me? Like Donovan Mitchell is like a scorer. He can't really do nothing. He could pass.
He's getting better at passing.
He can pass. He could make pretty well. He could play defense, right? Because he got long wingspan. He's physical. But the thing you think of when you think of Donovan Mitchell is buckets, 40 points, 30 points. I think that's what Jalen Green really is. You feel me? He's a high-level scorer.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
I wanted to see him play college basketball so bad. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. He was really good in the G League, though. Because, like, I was watching, this was, like, probably a long time ago. De'Aaron Fox was on JJ Redick's podcast, and he made a really good point. Like, college basketball, if you're in the NBA, college basketball runs terribly. Yeah. The reason why I love college basketball so much is because of, like, teams. Not even just the teams, like the players, because when people say they don't watch college basketball, they don't watch college football, but they love the NFL, I can understand it from that standpoint, but that's where these guys are coming from. So I want to see where it's coming from.
Right.
So
facts.
Yeah,
I like how you put that. It's the same. It's not the same thing, but anything college is
it's more exciting.
Yeah, it's more grind
because there's more on the line in every game than in the NBA. But that's only based on the quantity.
Yeah. These are the guys we watch. Like you said, these guys getting there.
Oh, another thing, you out there that you think your rookie's gonna save your team. Realize this, bro. They're gonna hit a wall at some point. Okay.
NFL or NBA?
NBA. They're going to hit a wall. In college, G League, whatever. You're not playing 82 games. You're playing 30 games. At the most, you might play 40. That's half of the NBA season. Right? There's no real breaks in between. There's nothing like that. So, you got to realize that they're going to hit a wall at some point. They're going to get tired, and they're going to start to their performance is going to start to drop. So, keep that in mind when you're thinking about your rookie being like, yeah, he's that dude who's going to carry this team this year and everything like that. So,
impossible.
Yeah.
I don't think, when is the last rookie we've seen carry someone? Donovan Mitchell. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell. But that team is really good, though.
That team was really good.
They still have Rudy Gobert. Well, they still have Rudy Gobert. They had a really good team. They had Ricky Rubio.
Rudy Gobert? That's what I wanted.
Rudy Gobert on what? Like top players?
Is he what are you, 3-time defensive player of the year?
Either 3 or 2.
That's Hall of Fame numbers, ain't it?
Yeah.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's based on the defensive impact. Dikembe Mutombo's in the Hall of Fame.
But then you hear the guys like Kevin Durant say when they switch off on him on a pick and roll, it's chicken.
He's on the perimeter. His job is not to steal the ball. His job is to block shots.
Yeah,
he does that at an elite level.
Facts.
He changes shots. He's not supposed to be out there on that island.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just the fact that KD is not a normal person. KD is 7 foot tall and he's a guard.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. Look at this. So, we're going to end the show on a funny note. This is the last thing we're going to do. So, there was a funny moment from the NFL this weekend. Hilarious. And it has to do with one of my favorite quarterbacks, Jameis Winston. I don't know if you saw this or not. I'm gonna let the
huddle.
Yeah, before the games. Like, look, I'm gonna let this play for everybody else.
Come on, play for yourself. Man, think about it, man. You waited your whole life for this. You was built for this. You've been working for this moment. Play for yourself. Second, play for the man beside you. Man, look at the man beside you. Look at him. He counting on you. And his eyes is looking at you. You counting on them. Play for the man beside you. Man, the most important, man, we playing for our city, dog. Our whole city watching us right now. Our whole city hope on us right now. Man, own that. Know what that means. The city on our back. Let's go, man. Say on three. 1, 2, 3.
So, James Winston, I love you, bro. I really do.
I say it was a successful episode 1. That's
for sure. Pilot episode. That's what we're going to name the episode, Pilot. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before at the beginning, leave a like, comment what you think down below, subscribe,
share
hit the
with
bell,
your friends,
share with your mama, your brother, your sister, your aunt, everybody at the barbershop,
everybody at the
cookout, at the picnic, at the gym,
you know,
when you go play your runs on a Saturday or Sunday, whenever you're playing 7-on-7 football, whatever. Share.
Listen to it on your way home.
Your boy Cozy Boy Don, Kenny Mack.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be back next week.
Signing out.
And you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it going, man. So shout out to y'all for watching this long, and peace.